The stage is set for the biggest high school football game in the state of Tennessee. The number 2 seed Alcoa Tornadoes are 10-1 on the season. The number 1 seed Upperman Bees are 9-2. The site is Billy C. Rogers Stadium in Baxter, Tennessee, on the campus of Upperman High School. Alcoa has not lost a playoff game since December 5th, 2014, 3,997 days ago. 51 straight playoff wins, 10 straight state championships, all in the 3A classification. However, now the equation changes. The Tornadoes jump into Class 4A. They lost a region game this season for the first time since 2011, and they're now on the road for the first time in the second round of the playoffs since 2011. Enter the Upperman Bees, 9-2 overall on the season and have won 6 games in a row. The Bees fell short last season, losing to Macon County in round 2 of the playoffs, 28-15 here on this field. They turned from the hunted, which they've been every single season under Coach Kane going back to 2018, to now the hunter. It's the Tornadoes and the Bees, and it's live on UCR. Welcome in, everyone, to the beautiful Billy C. Rogers Stadium inside the press box. I'm your game day host, Jacob Vinson, joined by our color analysts here in the press box, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tallison, Coach Dodgen down on the sidelines. We'll be joined by Noah McKay, the play-by-play man, coming up in a little bit. Guys, this one doesn't feel like a second-round game. It feels like more of a state championship caliber football game, and one that we're excited for.
Yeah, it's something, talking to Coach Kane earlier this week, he mentioned when they released that Alcoa was moving up, that he felt like they would be on a collision course for this game at some point, and with them winning their region, he thought it would be a little later, obviously not anticipating Alcoa slipping up their last game of the season against Anderson County, but here we are in the second round, and you said it, it's got a lot more feel of a big fight. These are two of the top 4 or 5 teams in all of 4A, and someone's going home tonight.
Jeremy, you've been a part of these games before, and I want to get your insight on the officials, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Just kind of take me through the excitement that the officials kind of feel getting ready for a game like this.
I'll tell you, even as an official, and I'll tell you, a lot of people officiate because they played, and it's a way to still feel those butterflies on Friday nights, okay? And I promise you, when the brackets came out and there was a chance, a very good chance that these two teams would play tonight, I promise you officials are going like, I can't wait till the schedule comes out, so I want to go to that game. So how the TSSAA does it is they assign a particular association to the game, which Nashville got the game. So Nashville officials get their game, open it up, and you got Alcoa and Upperman in round 2? Are you kidding me?
Banger.
As an official, I mean, this is why you do it. For play, and you think this is a state championship game, a semifinal game. This is round 2. Right. And these two are about to duke this Ollie Frazier out.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in as we continue on here with the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Mayberry's Furniture, as it is the high school football game of the week here in round 2 of the playoffs in the 4A classification, Alcoa and Upperman. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get into the matchup between the Alcoa Tornadoes and the Upperman Bees. It's all coming up after this as you watch high school football presented by Mayberry's Furniture and Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brownstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor
sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Full Throttle Welding are a mobile welding company based in the Upper Cumberland, specializing in helping you with all of your welding and fabrication needs. From farm equipment, rust repair, handrails, trailer hitches, and more, they're the Upper Cumberland's welding experts. Call JT Bowman at 931-265-8620 or Luke Pittman at 931-265-1043 to get a competitive price quote today. Visit Full Throttle Welding on Facebook or Google for more information. Full Throttle Welding is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Welcome back, everyone, here inside the press box at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. I'm Jacob Vincent, joined by Justin Matheny and Jeremy Tallison, as we welcome you back here into Baxter. Upperman and Alcoa getting ready to go in round 2 of the 4A playoffs. It is going to be a lot of fun today. Once again, today's broadcast presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We thank her so much for making this broadcast possible and the Upperman Bees football games, no matter how far they go in the playoffs, possible this season. Let's be joined by the 5th member of our team tonight, Coach Dodgen, down on the sideline, right down there at midfield. Coach, I know the teams are warming up right now. You've been able to at least be down there among the action of the pregame festivities so far. What's the feeling like? What's the vibe like down on the turf?
Well, number one, I'm the slowest guy on the field. That's a fact.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good thing, though.
It is. This is, as you guys alluded to in the pregame there, this is state championship feeling. You can sense it with the players. You can sense it in the crowd. It's just the anxious of, hey, let's get this game going and let's watch 2 good football teams go at it.
So that's Coach Dodgen. We'll be joined by him a little bit later on in the pregame and during the broadcast, as well as Alcoa and Upperman get ready. Guys, let's talk about this Alcoa Tornadoes squad as we get ready for this contest. Obviously, they're the cream of the crop, and they have been for quite some time. We talked about it there in the preview, or in the intro, how they've won 10 straight state titles coming into this season. All of those have been in that 3A classification this season. They're 10-2 on the year, of course, under head coach Brian Nix. Now in his 4th season, was an assistant for a long time, going back to 2004. In his 4 seasons, 54-1. The one tie against Greenville a couple of years ago when they had lightning and couldn't get the game restarted in that second half. He's won 4 state titles as a head coach as well. Now, they are second 2 seed coming out of Region 2 4A after losing to Anderson County in that final week of the regular season, 31-30. And Justin, I kind of want to get your perspective on that loss. It's a team in Alcoa that, when you are so used to winning, you lose that game, and now you got to get back and ready. They looked good in the first round of the playoffs. Do you have that feeling, hey, we can get beat at any time? Is that maybe a good thing for this Alcoa team coming here into the playoffs?
Well, it's part of the reason I'm here. Noah sent me DMs. Used to get fan mail. All right, well, we get DMs now. People begging me to be back, wanting to hear me on the games with these 2 knuckleheads.
Oh my goodness.
And it took something like this to get me out. I'm completely kidding about that. But, when you look at this game, losing a game like that a couple weeks ago for Alcoa, it's a reality check. And it is one of those things that they have to sit there and look and say, it's not enough for us to roll our helmet out here and beat people, kind of like that old Mike Tyson adage where he won those fights before people stepped in the ring because he intimidated them. Well, 2 weeks ago, Anderson County showed everybody that Alcoa bleeds. Now, that can be a really good thing across the sideline for them to reset and get back in there and get focused back on what has put them to win 10 state championships in a row and some of those things, some of those stats that you've rattled off.
And a couple of guys to look out for in this football game. Obviously, we've got 2 Mr. Football semifinalists in this game, both quarterbacks. We'll talk about Bronston Chaffin in a little bit. But Thomas Manu, the quarterback for this Alcoa team, a transfer from Maryville. It's his first season starting this year, and he has been nothing short of spectacular. Just the 1 interception. It happened last week. 37 passing touchdowns through the air. Only runs it when he has to, and a lot of it was in that Maryville game. He's going to throw it a lot, and he is obviously very efficient, about 84% through the air so far.
Yeah, I think first off, his stat line's ridiculous. The pass completions, the 37 to 1 touchdown, that's like video game. That's like Noah playing Madden or something. Okay, let's just
on rookie level.
yeah, for real. I mean, my brother could do something like that. But I mean, he is the key cog that makes this thing go. But make no mistake, and it's something Coach Kane said. If they can line up and run the ball 35 or 40 times tonight and win the game, they're going to do that.
Right.
But he is so crisp and precise with his decision-making, throws a good ball. So some of the research I've done, and just preparing for this game, both these teams have only beat 4 teams this year with a winning record. And it's something that about the playoffs with 6 classifications, okay, that we have to kind of think about. Do we really know who's really good yet? We think we know because you get a bunch of blowouts in the first round. We get a game like this in the second. But neither one of them's just played they've played really a gauntlet. But what I'm saying is there's still a lot in the air, and it's going to come out tonight who really the cream of the crop in this one is.
I want to talk about this offensive line as well. It's anchored by the right tackle and Jacob Crow, listed at 6'8", 310 pounds, a 3-star committed to Texas Tech. And Noah and I kind of talked about it throughout the week. There's only 2 star-rated recruits coming into this game. It's Bronston Chaffin and Jacob Crow. And when you look at these 2 teams, and especially Alcoa, you would think it's going to be a little bit more. But this offensive line, led by Jacob Crow, they average 6'3", 275 across the line, at least in terms of their listed sizes on the roster. They've got a very big line. Interested to see what this defensive line of Upperman can do, Jeremy.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that is a key to the game. You know, obviously it's easy to say, hey, line both sides, the key to the game. I think the winner of the game is who runs the football the best, and it just boils down to it's time to man up. For Alcoa and Upperman both, this is going to be, use Noah's term, a slobber knocker. It's whoever – the more physical team, I think, wins this football game.
They got a few wide receivers that are pretty good as well. Jameer Dean, he's got offers from everywhere. Memphis, Louisville, Mississippi State, Vandy, among others. We'll talk about the Bees and Colton Johnson as well. So they've got other dudes outside of, obviously, their Mr. Football semifinalist and their 3-star recruit in Jacob Crow. It is Alcoa for a reason. They're able to move the football around. Justin, I know you've had a chance to look at this Alcoa team a little bit on tape. What is some things that have stood out to you as they get ready for this matchup?
Well, the first thing, and you just hit on it to start there, was our offensive line. They're big, especially their right tackle at 6'8", 310, going to Texas Tech, getting that oil money. Good for him. But they're just – you would expect to see a line like this maybe in a 5A or 6A game, and this has kind of been something that's a familiar theme for Upperman this year. They've played some big offensive line and some highly rated offensive linemen, so I'm really excited to see how this Bees defense, and if they do something with Colton Johnson and move him around, get him out of the middle, see if they can find a mismatch somewhere and let him wreak havoc a little bit.
This offense pretty even between their run and their pass, about 150 yards both through the air and on the ground on average throughout the game. Obviously, they can escalate that if they need to, depending on the opponent, and obviously it may even be a little bit lower tonight, depending on how this game shakes out. But it's the defense that has really gotten the job done this year. Just 8.3 points per game allowed so far this season coming here into this contest. Did give up 31, though, to Anderson County in that final regular season game. They gave up 21 to Maryville in week 1. So those were kind of the 2 outliers when you look at their schedule. However, they've got some dudes on that defensive side, and they've played some really good defense this year.
Yeah, and not to knock this at all. So, I mean, I'm hoping we've got a bunch of uppercoming people watching, and if there's anybody on the Alcoa side, this is not a knock. But their defensive line was smaller in stature than I thought the first time I turned on the tape. Because, look, when I coached at Tennessee Tech, I recruited guys like Jake Warwick, Matthew Mitchell McClurg, some of those guys, and they were humongous. I mean, they were monsters. The McClurgs went to App State, and, Mr. Football out of that class. Went to Chattanooga, but they had big lines, and that was just something that jumped off to me. Now, behind that, they got some dudes who can play, some dudes who can run. So it's going to be, honestly, and Jeremy said it, I want to see for Upperman, if they can line up and run the football. If they can, that is going to open up everything for their offense and open up Bronson to take some shots downfield, which that Alcoa defense is susceptible to. They gave up a 99-yard touchdown early in that Anderson County game and gave up some explosive in the pass game.
We talked about Alcoa and the success that they have had in the playoffs. We've got a beautiful graphic for you to look at everything that they have done in the postseason, both in recent years and just in school histories. You take a look at it there on your screen. Obviously, the 10 consecutive state titles, but it's not just here in the last decade. They've got 23 overall state titles. And, Jeremy, you were a part of the crew on one of their state titles against Pearl Cone. You've been able to see them in person, obviously a little bit different this year. It's a completely different team, but you've been able to see this program a couple of times in the postseason. The expectation is always to win for this Tornado squad.
No, absolutely. Now, this may be a good omen for Upperman, but the 2 times that I've seen Alcoa live in person, it's been competitive football games. So, hey, thank you. If the Bees win, you guys can thank me later, okay? But, no, it's funny because you guys hit on it a second ago is just like Mike Tyson, people get off the bus, Alcoa is going to beat us. And tonight, we're just not – I don't think that mindset is in Baxter tonight. I think they think if they play their game, they've got a shot, and I do too.
You see that stat at the bottom of your screen, second-round road games since 2011, 0. That's the last time they've gone on the road since 2011. The last time they lost in the second round, you got to go all the way back to 1999. The last time they lost a second-round game. It has been a very, very long time. Take a break. When we come back, we'll break down the Upperman Bees, how they got here, break down their team, what they're going to look like in this game as well. We appreciate you tuning in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today's broadcast presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberland. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee.
The John Deere 5E is built for our way of life, and it's backed by Tri-Green Equipment's tried and true support. So stop by your local Tri-Green Equipment store to take advantage of financing as low as 0% APR this fall. Mowing, cleaning, hauling, whatever is on your to-do list, Tri-Green has a John Deere tractor built to handle it all with ease. Whether you're tending the land or tackling weekend projects, this is a season to get things done. Visit us online at trigreen.com to see how affordable a John Deere tractor can be.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, Killer! You'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. Killer! When you're fixed up and you know it, Killer solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out, Killer!
This is Mark Randolph with Nelson Trophy Screen Printing, and you're watching the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back here inside Billy C. Rogers Stadium, getting you ready for kickoff here on the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. Appreciate her so much for making this broadcast possible. I'm Jacob Vincent. That's Justin Matheny. Over there is Jeremy Tallison. Of course, Coach Dodgen down on the sideline. We'll be joined by Noah McKay coming up in a little bit. Guys, let's break down this Upperman B squad. 9-2 on the season this year, led by Coach Kane in his 8th season. He is 85-16 in 8 seasons here in Baxter. Obviously, the one-state runner-up a couple of seasons ago. They won their 7th region title under Coach Kane in Region 4 4A, going undefeated this season. Every game within the Upper Cumberland against an Upper Cumberland team was not close.
Yeah. And, you know, that's for our Upper Cumberland rankings that we take a lot of heat over. And just, you know, we do it to create back and forth and discussion and whatever. And Jeremy's asked me several times, our opinion is we look at it as maybe not who's having the best season, but if you put the ball down on the field on the 52 1/3 by 120, who would win the game? And I can say pretty much last year Macon County snuck up and got them. But for the past 4 or 5 years, week in and week out, this team up here has been the team that you would say would beat any other team in the Upper Cumberland. Like you said, the teams they played in this region up here, they handled business. Stowe Memorial went 9-1 and got blown out by this team.
Obviously, they have lost 2 games this season. Early on in the season, went all the way to Greenville, lost that game 41-33. Very competitive football game, but a loss. They played Beach earlier this season here in Baxter, lost that game 42-27, and we're down pretty big in that game before able to mount a little bit of a comeback and then a late score by Beach in that game as well. In those 2 games, few too many turnovers in those 2 games, both against Greenville and against Beach. Gonna have to be better tonight.
Well, with Alcoa moving up, and Coach Kane saying, we felt like we were going to play this game at some point, somewhere down the road. He made this schedule to be ready for a game like tonight. And not necessarily not his fault how the schedule has been in the past, but he went and scheduled a Beach. He went and scheduled a Greenville. And, Webb is generally better than they were this year. They're down. They're 1-9. But he scheduled – you play games like that. Going 10-0 is – meaningless if you don't win the state championship.
Exactly.
You'd rather get in a war with Greenville and Beach here and test your guys and see how you're going to match up with a team like Alcoa tonight.
Obviously, they've got a Mr. Football candidate themselves, and Brownston Chaffin, a semifinalist, I should say, is you see him right there on your screen. The passing yards off the chart, over 2,000. Rushing yards, over 1,250. Passing touchdowns, 19. Rushing touchdowns, almost 19 as well. He's been so good this season, Jeremy, and he's doing it in so many different ways this season as well.
Yeah, and I've told this story before, but I was refereeing, and as he walked out as a 7th grader, I'm like, did Cam Newton just show up and play for Upperman Middle School? What's going on here? And I knew from day one that if he continued to progress, he could be special, and he's been better than I thought he even could be. And it's been a pleasure to watch him as a referee, being in the booth. It's just been a pleasure to watch him the last several years, and he's putting on a show.
It seems like he has kind of taken that next step. Obviously, he's a 3-star going to play at Georgia State, graduating early so he can get on the roster pretty early there at Georgia State as well. Seems like he's taken that next step, and it's the mentality. He's able to think his way through football games, make better decisions. We talked about he does have a few turnovers. The 5 interceptions, they've been big at times, and especially against Greenville and Beach. But he's able to go through his progressions, and we've seen the maturity from Chaffin this season.
Yeah, and I think what we've really seen for him is, you said maturity, but him grow up as a passer. Starting as a sophomore, very run-heavy, and the offense has progressed around him. They have opened up the playbook a little more each year. Now he's a senior. He's got full reign. He's pulling it on RPOs, throwing bubbles, throwing the backside skinnies, and for the most part, he's making good decisions. Where he gets in trouble is when he presses. Sometimes, and Noah said it in an interview with Coach Kane earlier this week about putting on the cape.
Yeah.
I think he's got to put on the cape tonight. If Upperman wins, they're going to go as Bronson goes, but he's got to trust the guys around him. He's got to let Colton Johnson make some plays. He's got to let Carmine Phillips make some plays. He's got to throw the ball up to Fitz and make sure they're good balls and give him a chance to go do it. He doesn't have to do it all, but it is going to take a big effort from him tonight. Upperman's going to go as Bronson Chaffin goes.
Welcome you back here in the press box here at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Obviously, they've got Brownston Chaffin. They've got a couple of other dudes out there. Colton Johnson, he's picking up offers from everybody.
He's going to be a rated player at some point.
Purdue just offered him, App State in there as well, among many others. Very similarly to Jameer Dean, like we talked about a little bit ago. He is such a tough matchup at the tight end spot, but he's also their anchor defensively in that linebacker core. Leads him in tackles. He's able to get into the backfield. He's able to cover when he needs to. He is just so solid on that defensive side. You talked about Bronson Chaffin putting on the cape. They're going to need Colton Johnson to be really good in that linebacker core.
And this is something I have tried to explain to people for a long time. D1 athletes, they are born.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you can work hard, and there's a ton of stories of guys being underrated or whatever, and like Tom Brady make it, but he was played at Michigan, for goodness sake. Okay, so those guys are born like that. They're just born different than we are, and you can look, and there's 2 dudes from Upperman who are born that they look different, and there's more than 2 seeing them live in person from Alcoa that you're just like, those guys look different.
Yeah.
You said it though. Colton's got to come up big tonight. He's their leader. They're going on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to go as he goes. If he can get a sack, if they can get a turnover or something, and get this place juiced. Something I'm very interested in is the depth for Upperman in this game. They're going to play more guys going on both sides of the ball. Alcoa is not. That's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Does Upperman get a little more wore down late in this game when they need to have a big play? We're going to see.
Alcoa, a few more guys in the secondary that'll go both ways, but like you said, on that front line and in the linebacker core, there's really not too many guys that are going both ways. And you look at the roster, it's 80, 90 kids deep.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got so many guys on that roster. And look at this Bees team. Coach Kane, 3-4 in second-round matchups, 3-2 here at home, and obviously this is one of the biggest ones they've ever had in the second round. They've played this Alcoa team before. Back in 2013, they lost that game in the semifinals, 75-18. In the semifinals a few years ago, back in 2018, it was a really good football game. Lost it 27-14. Looked like they had recovered an onside kick that goes Alcoa's way, and Alcoa gets the win in that football game. But Upperman has played them in recent years. A little bit different this year. Obviously, both now jumping up to 4A from that 3A classification here in 2025, and it should be a lot of fun. The winner of this game going on the road no matter what next week will play the winner of Gibbs and Red Bank. That game going on right now, and we'll get a check of some games coming up in just a little bit as we continue on here with the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's broadcast presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate as you're watching it right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Hey guys, it's Jason Fye, General Manager of the Watson Chevrolet. You're watching the high school football game of the week on the Watson Chevrolet UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, everyone, inside the press box here at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Jacob Vincent, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Towson here with you. Coach Dodgen down on the sideline. We'll be joined by Noah McKay coming up in just a little bit. We continue on here with the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Once again, today's broadcast brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. So appreciative of her for making this broadcast possible. Guys, there's some other games going on right now that got started at 6 o'clock. White County obviously on the road at Greenville, and Stone Memorial on the road at Anderson County. What do you got, Jeremy?
Quick Turner Roofing scoreboard update. One game that's going to matter, obviously, to these two teams. Red Bank up on Gibbs 7-0 at this point, early in the first quarter. But a little local flavor. Both Upper Cumberland teams thus far not faring very well. It looks like Stone Memorial's losing 16-0 to Anderson County in the first quarter. Greenville up on White County 14-0.
And we'll keep up to date with those as the game goes on. Again, I'll be your game day host, but I'll be bringing you scores from around the area. That includes Clay County and Oneida. You can listen to that football game with our friends at the Dale Hollow Horizon. You can find that on our Facebook page. We'll share that link. That way you can listen to that broadcast tonight and get up-to-date information with Clay County and in Midway, I beg your pardon, Clay County and Midway with our friends at Dale Hollow Horizon. Gordonsville and Oneida also going on tonight. Those two are 7 o'clock start times. We'll be keeping you up to date with those scores as well. We're going to step aside once more. When we come back, Noah was able to catch up with Coach Kane before this game. He gives all the insight on the Alcoa Tornadoes, how they've prepared, and so much more. This is high school football presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique. It's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down. You'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville. Stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Joined by Upperman head coach Adam McCain. Coach, second round matchup, not your typical second round home opponent as you welcome in Alcoa. First off, your overall thoughts as you look on a team that's won 10 consecutive state championships in Alcoa.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
You know, ultra talented, skill linemen, linebackers, DBs, receivers, just ultra talented at each spot. And but what I think gets lost in all of that is how well coached they are. Their schemes are good, and the way the kids, they execute the schemes very well. They're very confident in their assignments. And just a credit to the coaching staff. I think they have somewhat of an inherent advantage in that. I don't think it's any secret that it's a destination school for East Tennessee kids that are serious about football, and therefore there's 85 or 90 guys that are eager to get better every day. And when you're 3 and 4 deep with kids that are eager to get on the field, it just creates an advantage for you in that, if you don't do what we're asking you to do, then you're going to sit. And that's, the intensity level and the eagerness to do their job is very evident when you watch the tape. And, credit to them. What a fantastic football program. And, got a lot of respect for them coming in. And when you watch them on film, it pretty much backs up everything that I said.
It is an interesting spot because at Upperman, you are typically the hunted. And now facing Alcoa, unquestionably, you, at least on paper, are the hunter. Is that something that kind of resonates? And what does that look like within your preparation, getting an opportunity to try and do something that very few other teams get to do?
I haven't quite put it in those terms, but I think everybody in our locker room understands, the situation that we're in. I hate to admit this, but I knew when the news came out that they were moving up to 4A. I just forget when it was, January, February, whenever it was. I figured that we were on a collision course with Alcoa when they changed up the brackets, the state brackets. We realized that it could come sooner than you first expected. But when we took care of business and won the region, I wasn't expecting to see them in the second round. But nonetheless, here it is. And, we pride ourselves in this program on being a group of guys that accepts challenges and attacks challenges. And so, this is another one of a very significant challenge that we've dealt with this season. Some of it is our opponents. Some of it is, some of the adversity, some of the injury that we've had to deal with and overcome. So this is just the next challenge that we've got to step up to in a very challenging season. So that's kind of been our approach this week. I think it's pretty clear that the majority of the teams that they play are not willing to accept the challenge. And so I do hope that, the guys that we put on the field are willing and able to do that Friday.
Two Mr. Football semifinalists in this game. Let's start with yours. Bronston Chaffin in his senior season has been sensational. I've said he needs to put on the cape in this game. What do you need to see out of him to give you a chance offensively against a very good Alcoa defense?
Well, first off, in the games that we were probably underdogs in this year, we turned the ball over, and he played really, really well and kept us in the games, but nonetheless, we turned it over some. And, in these kind of games, the possessing the ball is going to be at a premium. And so first and foremost, we got to call good stuff to where that he's comfortable with. And, and then he's got to make good decisions with the ball. I'm not going to put a number on how much he's got to carry the ball or throw the ball or anything like that. I think he has always gone above and beyond what we asked him to do, even as far back as his sophomore year. And so, I think he'll step up to the challenge. I just hope he doesn't try to do, too much and that sort of thing. The dudes around him have got to make his life a little bit easier by blocking and trying to get open when we try to throw the ball.
And then on the other side, their quarterback, Thomas Manu, maybe one of the most impressive stats in the state, over 30 touchdown passes, no interceptions. What do you have to do defensively, try to disrupt this great rhythm that offense is in?
Yeah, he's a dynamic player, another dual threat guy. I've noticed he in some of their games, he's kind of the dude with the ball in his hand on third downs, the money down thing. Sometimes they'll spread you out and let him throw the ball, and sometimes it's in the run game, and sometimes it's him, kind of going off script and scrambling around. And so, he's very capable, a dynamic kid, good speed, throws the ball well. Not a huge guy in terms of size, but his arm strength is really good, and he's got some weapons to distribute the ball to. But I think with them, you're not going to give yourself a chance to even be competitive if you can't, at least try to contain the run game. And so I would never, say it's that anybody's an afterthought, but in terms of, trying to compete in this game, if you let them just run the football down your throat, then they're just going to do that. So we got to be able to compete at the line of scrimmage first off. And then we understand, that he's capable of beating you a number of different ways. And so then it becomes kind of a pick your poison type deal. It really is impressive. And I'm not, this is not just coach speak. I mean, they've got ways to attack you all over the field. And, I'm pretty sure if they really wanted to, they could go big and put a bunch of big bodies on the field and just try to mash you as well. So, our defense has got their hands full, and it's going to be a difficult task. And so, again, here we are. We got to step up to the challenge and try to get competitive and get the game into the second half.
And last one I have for you, Coach, you obviously have played Alcoa a couple of times as a coach before, once at Upperman, totally different year, but all the way back in 2018. One thing that maybe is important from that game, a slow start in that game, put you behind the 8 ball. How critical is that going to be in this football game to get out, put your best foot forward, and try to turn this thing into a dogfight throughout?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always kind of the recipe for disaster in these types of games is, getting off. You can't be sluggish from the get-go. But their talent level, you can be hitting on all cylinders, and you can still find yourself in a hole. I think the message is we all signed up for 48 minutes, and if it goes into overtime, then maybe even more. But we no one can predict what's going to happen early, what's going to happen late. The thing that I am preaching is just let's go lay it on the line for 48 minutes, and we'll go from there.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and it's gonna go high. buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media. Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Welcome back to Billy C. Rogers Stadium here in Baxter, Tennessee, as Upperman gets set to take on Alcoa in round 2 of the 4A playoffs. It is already standing room only here at Billy C. Rogers. 13 minutes to kick off. It is just around the corners. We're back inside the press box. I'm Jacob Vincent, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tallison. Coach Dodgen is down on the sidelines. As we get you ready for kickoff, let's take a look at the starters that probable starters, we'll call them, for this Upperman Bees offense. First on the offensive side, you look down the offensive line there, and there's the offense. We have the defense first. We will get to that defensive side. Obviously, Bronson Chaffin at quarterback, Carmine Phillips in that running back spot with Tate Porath at fullback, Colton Johnson, tight end, Elijah Fitz and Gunnar Block, your two receivers, and then they're on that line. Going to be key today. Kevin Willman on the left side, Diego Alvarez in that left guard spot. Andrew Hughes is the center with Noah Tarver at right guard, and the right tackle is Parker Cox. Guys, that offensive line going to be key in this one, especially if Upperman's going to run the football.
It starts up front with those guys. Bronson and Carmine can do a lot on their own. Colton's going to make some holes for him, Porath as well, but it starts up front with those 5 guys. If they can get any movement, control the line of scrimmage, and open up the run lanes, look for Upperman to have a big night.
We'll switch it to the defensive side as well, and the big name on there, the defensive end, Andrew Bohan, maybe their most important player on the defensive side of the ball, has been so good this season, getting into the backfield, tackles for loss. He was out last week against Signal Mountain after getting hurt a couple of weeks ago. He is back, and he is starting in this game, a huge get for the Upperman Bees defense.
Yeah, you talked about it, and you talk about everything that Colton does, but Bohan's had a humongous season here for them. He just is in the backfield all the time. He's disruptive in the run game. You got to be as healthy as you can to knock off this Alcoa team.
And we'll take a look at the Alcoa starters as well. First on the offensive side, obviously it's led by the quarterback Thomas Manu, the Mr. Football semifinalist. Condis Cherry and Micah Jones will be in the running back spots, a couple of them getting carries. Cherry kind of the smaller back, 5'7", 145. Jones 6'1", 200 pounds. The premier receivers, Jameer Dean at 6'3", 180. They've got Jamarius Abuhania, a junior, as well as Jacoby Cooper, and then their tight end is Jalen Penson. On the defensive side of the ball for the Alcoa Tornadoes this evening will be defensive end Carter Cowart, a senior. A lot of seniors on this defensive side. A senior, Blair Goodson, is their nose guard at 6'1", 240. Kenny Harris is a defensive end at 6'2", 255. In the linebacker core, their strong side linebacker Janaris Henry. Middle linebacker is Darius Sidurth. Cade Stinnett is their weak side linebacker. You'll see a little bit of Micah Jones in that linebacker spot as well. In the secondary, Mason Laster, Jameer Dean, Jamarius Abuhania, and Damari DuBois. And obviously, you'll see there's about 2 guys that go both ways for those Alcoa Tornadoes. Once again, getting you ready for kickoff here in Baxter, just about 10 minutes away from kickoff here in Baxter. Coach Dodgen is down on the sideline. He got a chance to hear from Coach Nix and the keys to the game for the Tornadoes as they come into this one.
Yes, very gracious to Coach Nix for meeting with us before the game. His key point for his whole team was physicality. He said he knew that coming into here, Upperman would be extremely physical. Last time he was an assistant coach when Alcoa came here. He said that was the thing that he remembered about Coach Kane's team is they're not going to quit, they're going to be physical, and they're going to hit you away from the ball. He also alluded to that they've got to get their passing game going early. They rely a lot on their passing game, and if Upperman's allowed to stop their passing game, it could be a long night for the Tornadoes.
Appreciate that from Coach Dodgen. Appreciate Coach Nix talking to Coach Dodgen as well as we get ready for this contest. We continue on here with our Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Bringing it back up here into the press box. And Justin, keys to the game for this Upperman team for a victory.
Well, this will be our 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles keys to the game. Before we get into that, just want to shout out, don't know if he's listening or not, but our partner, mine and Jeremy's partner, David Tollison, had their first born son, Peyton Tollison, born 1 week ago last Friday night, so just want to shout them out. But
hey, I tried to get him to go Peyton Manning Tollison, but he went a little bit different direction.
Did he go Peyton Justin Tollison or Peyton Matheny Tollison?
It was closer to Manning than it was Matheny or Justin.
All right. Well, keys to the game here for the Upperman Bees. I've got 3 in a bonus. It's going to be a lot of what Coach Dodgen hit on, that line of scrimmage. Who can run the ball? Who can stop the run? Which group is getting the push one way or another? The next thing I think is going to be huge. We've talked about it all night in pregame already. Turnovers. Yep. Can Bronson protect the football? Is he not going to put it in harm's way? And is he going to let the game come to him? Last one, big plays and explosives. Where can you get one? Can you create an explosive in the run game and the pass game? Alcoa is giving some up through the air, so look for Upperman maybe to test that early, try to see if they can get one over the top. And the bonus here, special teams. Can you steal a possession? Can you block a punt, block a kick, block a field goal, something, sneak onside kick? Do you put one on the ground, or can you create a big play there? If you can win more of those than not, you have a chance to win this game tonight.
Jeremy, you're in an interesting position. You have been down on the field getting ready for this game in the conversations with the officials. What are those types of conversations? Take us into the head of an official about 10 minutes here before kickoff of a big game like this one.
You know, I've been fortunate enough. I haven't counted them up, but I would say I've probably officiated 50 playoff games, would be my guess, 40, 50, whatever that number is. But as an official, really, even more than the regular season, you want to walk out of here and no one remembers your name, okay? You want to walk out of here. There's a fine line between throwing too many flags, but also, you know, if you're late in the game and hypothetically there's a hold or a pass interference with 10 seconds to go, that determines the outcome of the game. You want to stay out of the way, but you got to have the guts to make the game-changing call. But you also, those calls, they need to be obvious to everybody in the stand. Yeah. So number one rule, get out of here. Nobody remembers your name. Stay out of the way and let these two monster teams decide the outcome of this game.
Quick check of the scores from around the area for the Upper Cumberland team. Stone Memorial not faring too well right now. End of the first quarter, 30-0. They trail against Anderson County. Once again, Anderson County beating Stone Memorial 30-0 as they're just beginning the second quarter over there in East Tennessee. Greenville on top of White County 21-0 in the first half as well. So Greenville on top of Sparta. Again, we'll be paying attention to a couple of other games outside of our broadcast game right here as Clay County hosts Midway. That one will get started at 7 o'clock. If you want to listen to that game, our friends at the Dale Hollow Horizon have the broadcast call, the audio-only call of that game coming up at 7 o'clock. It is shared onto our Facebook page right now. You can go check them out, and we'll be paying attention to Gornsville and Oneida as well. That'll do it for us here on the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bees about to take the field, and then we'll send it over to Noah McKay on play-by-play as he gets ready for this broadcast as well. It's brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, and it's on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brownstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media. Full Throttle Welding are a mobile welding company based in the Upper Cumberland, specializing in helping you with all of your welding and fabrication needs. From farm equipment, rust repair, handrails, trailer hitches, and more, they're the Upper Cumberland's welding experts. Call JT Bowman at 931-265-8620 or Luke Pittman at 931-265-1043 to get a competitive price quote today. Visit Full Throttle Welding on Facebook or Google for more information. Full Throttle Welding is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
It's a big fight feel in Billy C. Rogers Stadium, and we're moments away from kickoff. How is this just a second-round matchup as the 10-time defending Class 3A state champion Alcoa Tornadoes have their toughest 4A test yet on the road against the Region 4 4A champion Upperman Bees. We welcome you in to the Upper Cumberland Generators and Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay. That's Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison in the press box, Coach Michael Dodgen on the sideline, Jacob Vincent, you heard from him doing a great job with pregame as our game day host, and the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us tonight. We are presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We appreciate her for being the presenting sponsor of every Upperman postseason game for years. Captains meeting at midfield. Carmine Phillips, Bronston Chaffin, and Walter Kane are the captains. Alcoa wins the toss, defers their choice, and the Bees are going to receive the opening kickoff. Upperman in their home black jerseys and pants, gold numbers and letters, white helmets with the dog bones earned throughout the year all across the helmets. Alcoa in the road, white jerseys, gray pants, maroon numbers and letters with gray helmets. We are live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, Hub Plus Roku app, channel 192 on Spectrum and Twin Lakes, NFHS Network, and across the airwaves on 106.1 The Eagle. The time for talking is done, fellas. A big fight field tonight in Baxter, and we're going to have a heavyweight fight on our hands.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson said, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, and I have a feeling we're going to see some haymakers early. Which team can withstand it? Which team can get settled into what they want to do, get out of their script, and just get to playing their brand of football? And really, to me, who can run the football tonight is going to be who wins this game.
You say who can run the football, and it seems kind of ironic because there are two Mr. Football semifinalists in this game, the two quarterbacks, and two of the best in the class, albeit two very different players. Thomas Manu, the junior, 5'9", 150 pounds, the quarterback for Alcoa, 37 touchdowns to 1 interception. Bronston Chaffin, 6'4" tall, 230 pounds, the number 7 ranked quarterback in the state of Tennessee. He's going to play at Georgia State. He'll be practicing with them in a couple of months. They get it done in different ways. They are both the engine of their team, and when you talk about running the football for the Bees tonight, it starts with Bronston Chaffin. Carmine Phillips, 5 touchdowns a week ago. Well, we expect a lot of 8 left, 8 right. 8 up the middle for the team in black and gold.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Carmine can't have a big night, but I think part of that game plan last week might have been to put some of that on tape and maybe give Alcoa some fool's gold to focus in on Carmine a little more to see if they can spring Bronson a little loose.
Carmine Phillips is the return man alongside Elijah Fitz and Gunnar Block. They go back deep. The kicker for Alcoa is Kyron Tyson. Touchbacks on over 75% of his kicks this year. The biggest difference in the game, Alcoa's special teams, significantly better in the kickoff game than Upperman's are tonight. And we'll see what they have here. The last time these two teams met, it was very controversial. Since that moment, Alcoa's won 31 consecutive postseason games by at least 19 points. Upperman had an onside kick late. They recovered it. Official says not so fast. Alcoa got it. They win that football game and have not been challenged since that moment. Both teams dominated inferior opponents a week ago, and now we have the real playoffs beginning tonight. Alcoa is going to kick right to left if you're listening along on your radio dial. One more time. I'm Noah McKay. That's Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Coach Dodgen, Jacob and Madison along with us. It is standing room only tonight at Billy C. Rogers, and these young athletes are about to put on a show as the kicker races up. Let's get it on in the 4A postseason. A low line drive kick angling towards the end zone and in. Bronston Chaffin will have his first offensive drive beginning on the 20-yard line. The stats for Chaffin this year, 2,027 passing yards, 1,252 rushing yards, 37 total touchdowns, 18 through the air, 19 on the ground. Over 3,000 all-purpose yards, and he gets it done in both ways, and he gets the opening play call. Alcoa in their typical 3 down front. They'll mix up the looks and try to throw Bronston Chaffin off, and we wondered what they would start in. It's the empty set. 5 receivers on the field, including big Colton Johnson. Just picked up an offer today to Jacksonville State. Carmine Phillips in motion, snap taken. Chaffin gives it to Phillips. He cuts up to the 20 to the 25. Still on his feet to the 30, 35, 40. Carmine Phillips to the 50. Stutter steps out of bounds to the 45. A haymaker early for the Bees. It's Carmine Phillips on a jet sweep. And it's a Baxter Pharmacy first down for Upperman.
When they got that jet sweep power read action there out of empty, they spread Alcoa out to see if they can run with them sideline to sideline. And like I said earlier, it's not that Carmine can't do it, and they just got him on the edge, and he was running away from folks.
Carmine Phillips, a 4-year starter, the lone 4-year starter for Upperman. Coach Kane before the season said he's one of the best players to ever come through here. He was hobbled with a hamstring the early portion of the season. He's healthy now. 1st and 10, Upperman on the Alcoa 40-yard line. Trips to the left for Bronston Chaffin. He takes the snap. Rolls out to his left, looking backwards. Now he will jump pass it to Phillips at the 40, 35, 30, 25 and down. They scored against Greenville with the play. Here it's a pitch and catch for a Baxter Pharmacy first down.
There is some creativity right now in this play calling here for Coach Kane on this sideline. They go empty with a 3-man side, run a quarterback sweep with a bubble off of it, and all that is Chaffin just keeping it and making somebody make a choice, and he's making them wrong.
That is a completion for Bronston Chaffin. So Carmine Phillips with 57 yards off the rip, all purpose. We are 18 seconds in, and Upperman is on the Alcoa 23-yard line. 2 receivers out to their right. Carmine Phillips in the backfield with Bronston Chaffin. Chaffin takes the snap. Play fake, going to fire into the flat. It's tipped. And a little bit behind Jude Fitzpatrick, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Jeremy, right there, just a unbalanced RPO there, got tipped at the line. Looked like that one had a chance to go too.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I'm anxious to see how Upperman can run the ball through the tackles, but right now they're making Alcoa cover 50 yards wide on the field.
Upperman scores 41 points per game. Alcoa scores 47.5. The red zone offense will be critical for both teams in this ball game. Upperman sniffing the Turner Roofing red zone. 2nd and 10 from the 23. 5 receivers set for Bronston Chaffin. The senior Georgia State signee moves Phillips in motion, takes the snap, play fake, going to keep it himself around the left side, breaks a tackle, carries defenders forward. And if you have not seen Bronston Chaffin play, that's what he does. Hit at the line of scrimmage and get 6 or 7 out of the play. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3.
Same action they ran on the first play of the game there, except Bronston keeps this one out the backside, picks up 7. As you said, got hit at the line, drives forward. He's big, 6'4", 230. Seems like he's always falling forward and picking up extra yards.
Big 3rd down, make it 4 here for the Bees. As Chaffin sends Fitz and Gunnar Block out wide to the right. He'll have Carmine Phillips with him in the backfield. Alcoa shows a bare front. 5 along the line. Chaffin has the snap. Going to give to Phillips up the middle. Phillips with a hole. He rumbles through it. And Carmine Phillips spins off a tackler. Carmine Phillips into the end zone. Touchdown, Upperman. Right down the field. It's a Legacy House score. And the Bees throw the first punch.
Jeremy, that's a haymaker drive to start off this game.
Well, it is. And at the end of the day, momentum. Here's the thing. Big Bad Alcoa, if you knock them down to send them at eye level early in the game, all bets are off.
Austin Roberts on for the extra point. Gunner blocked to hold. And the first play, you felt the crowd all of a sudden get some belief. They perked up immediately. Snap, set, kick is good. 10:47 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. Can't draw it up much better if you're Adam Kane and this coaching staff, Justin.
Yeah, the worst thing that happened on that drive was an incomplete pass off a tip ball that was actually open as well. You said it, though. You can't draw it up better than they did.
Yeah, and you can't. And, again, Alcoa, I mean, does this feel like Anderson County right now?
Got to be on their heels a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know they weren't expecting that.
We talked to Coach Kane about the need for a fast start. Alcoa here in 2018 up 21-0 off the rip. Upperman battled back to make that a very competitive game. They get a fast start, but now we turn our attention to the kicking game. What will they do? We anticipate some short kicks. Austin Roberts, he's been really good in the onside kick department. 4 successful onside kicks so far for the junior kicker. Alcoa with dangerous return men all over the field. And leading the charge is Jameer Dean, the junior, with offers like Mississippi State, MTSU, Virginia Tech, FAU, Vandy, and more. He's back deep here.
Do not kick it to him.
But will he get an opportunity is the question. As Upperman leads 7-0 with still 10:47 to go in the first quarter. We got a lot of football to be played tonight. And 2 elite offenses going at it. Roberts surveys, jogs up. It's a low squiver up the middle. It trickles and is caught on the 40-yard line, making a couple of men miss and then being wrestled down. And you may think that's not very good, but for Upperman, that's about all they can do in the kicking game against a team like Alcoa.
Yeah, and that's the lesser of a bunch of evils. You don't expect someone to return that one from a touchdown. You kick it deep to some of those guys, and you're going to be in trouble.
And Andrew Bohan back in the lineup, a huge development. He makes the tackle and kick coverage, and now we'll see this explosive Alcoa offense, maybe the best in the classification, averaging 47 points per game. And Thomas Manu leads his troops out. He'll have Condis Cherry, the back behind him in the backfield. Manu takes the snap, rolls to his right, fires, and that is Alcoa's offense to a T as Schaefer will send him out of bounds. That's Liam Schaefer, a sophomore corner. Death by 1,000 paper cuts as Manu makes it 2nd and 4.
Real easy high-low read there as they roll him out to the wide side of the field. They run a smash concept, a curl with a corner over top. You just throw it to wherever the corner doesn't go. The boundary corner there, he threw the curl ahead of schedule here, 2nd and 4.
DeBose is the back in the backfield, 5'9", 145, behind Thomas Manu. 2nd and 4 here for the Tornadoes on the road, trailing 7-0. They'll move DeBose out of the backfield, pressure coming from Porat. Manu keeps it himself, and he is popped, driven backwards and down. Jude Fitzpatrick, no gain. It's 3rd and 4.
And that's a big play there for that Upperman front. They motion out to empty, and they're trying to get Upperman to be bad with their eyes and sneak Manu in there with a quarterback run. Everybody stayed home, played their alignment assignment, tackle for loss.
Manu has not run for a ton of yards, but
he can.
In the Anderson County and the Maryville game, he ran a lot.
Exactly.
They just haven't needed him to. We expect more of his legs tonight. 3rd and 4, and the Hive is alive. Tonight at Billy C. Rogers, it's loud. Empty set 5 wide. Porath off the edge coming. Manu has the snap. Fires right on the screen. Receiver makes the catch, and now he turns on the Jets. Weaving through traffic, it's DeBose. He's deep into Upperman territory before finally being sent out of bounds. Great play design by Coach Nix and the offensive coordinator David Sweetland. And now Alcoa into the high red zone at the 22.
Jeremy, I agree. I thought that was a great play call against a super aggressive front there from Upperman, bringing some pressure, and the momentum's on this side, throwing that screen under that. Really good play call.
Yeah, I think everybody thinks they're going field side there and just get that bubble on the other side, and it's a one-on-one tackle. You miss it, 30 yards.
Damari DeBose gets the start at tailback tonight, and he gets a huge catch and run on 3rd down. Alcoa's in business, 1st and 10 on the Upperman 22. Manu Has the pistol snap, play fake, hard action. Now fires over the middle. Receiver makes the catch. Block with the quick tackle, but Jameer Dean on a gain of 12. That'll move the sticks for the Tornadoes down to 9.
And watching their games with Manu, when he's throwing that play action at that RPO, he puts it right on their eyes, a great catchable ball where they can catch it and run. That's why he's throwing at 80% completion percentage.
And those are what they call easy access throws. I've likened it to what the Kansas City Chiefs do when they're going quick with their quick game. Just get it out, let your receiver catch and run. Manu does a great job maneuvering this offense. He's the unquestioned leader of this Tornadoes team in his first year as starting quarterback. Now into the backfield is Micah Jones, 6'1", 200. Scored 4 different touchdowns a week ago. 2 on the ground offensively. He'll have the snap here up the middle. Tries to get away from a B. He gets away from 1 as he wrestles away from Fitzpatrick. Colton Johnson then there on the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line here for Alcoa.
Hey, Justin, on film, did you notice a lot of the sniffer there? They had a sniffer up and didn't know if they run the ball out of that a lot. Did you notice it on film?
They get it when they want to get in there and mash something like that, like a wedge play they just ran. That's what they're going to get in there and run.
Upperman leads 7-0. Alcoa looking for the answer. 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Just getting started as Jones stays in the backfield. Snap taken for Manu. Going to give to Jones up the middle behind that big offensive line. No signal yet, and there it is. Touchdown, Alcoa. Ladies and gentlemen, you better figure out where your popcorn's at tonight because you are going to need it. And that's a touchdown run in for Micah Jones. We had a microphone issue there. We got it fixed. Right up the middle behind that big offensive line. Colton Moore, the center, creates the gap, and now an extra point could tie the game for the Tornadoes. Tyson's on. He is money, as you would expect an Alcoa kicker to be. Snap, hold, a little bit delayed, but a great job by the holder to spin those laces around, and the kick is good. 2 of the most explosive offenses in the class. Trey touchdowns. 8:15 to go in the first. It's 7-7. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberlands. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee.
2 explosive offenses, each do what they do. Touchdowns for Alcoa, touchdown for Upperman. And now the Tornadoes about to kick it back to the Bees. And we have still 8:15 to go in the first quarter here.
It's going to be a fun night.
Buckle up.
Tyson on to kick it away. He's shown the leg. That extra point kicked over the field house.
It would have been good from 55.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen that one before.
It went to Gainsborough.
He gets another low line drive kick, and he angles it away into the end zone. Bronston Chaffin will come back out. They went right down the field on their opening drive, 80 yards, and it only took 5 plays. We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Nick's a great defensive mind comes up with.
Well, and if Upperman was in their script for their first 10, 12, 15 plays, they were grooving. So I expect some creativity here the rest of the night to try to find ways to move the ball against this Alcoa defense.
Alcoa led by as many as 10 in the fourth quarter against Anderson County. Ultimately dropped that game, but they're comfortable. They played a couple of tight ones. Maryville as well, of course. Upperman losing tight ones with Beach and Greenville. Then destroyed everybody in the Upper Cumberland. Bronston Chaffin right up the middle as he's cut down at the 25. It'll be a gain of 5.
You know, and I personally expected to see more odd front here out of Alcoa early. We're getting some 4-down linemen. We got someone nicked up.
And it's Bronston Chaffin. I think he got grass in his eye. As he pops up, he's got a towel over his face. Either that or he got a cut up high. But obviously this is a huge development. Coach Dodgen has a better look at it. Carmine Phillips, Elijah Barlow was the backup quarterback. He had a season-ending injury, unfortunately, last week. Coach, go ahead.
It looks like a nose.
Okay, so he went down. You could see a lot of wildcat with Carmine Phillips. He's officially the backup quarterback now. You could also see number 12, Jack Smith, a sophomore in. He's played a lot in garbage time. This is not going to be an injury that holds Bronston Chaffin out for long, but they got to get the bleeding stopped over there on the sideline. 2nd and 5 after that 5-yard carry. And it will be Carmine Phillips at quarterback. He can throw it. Be really surprised if he did. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. You're about to see old school Upperman football. Phillips takes the snap, play fake, going to go up the middle, bounces to the outside. Phillips now stutter steps forward about the 28-yard line. What'll be a 3rd down and a long 1 here for the Bees.
And what a good second option to go to there if you're Upperman, to have the kid who went for 70 yards on his own on the first drive and a touchdown get in there and run that Wildcat quarterback for you.
And they are desperately trying to get something to stop the bleeding for Bronston Chapin so he can get back in the game.
And really, he should have stayed on the field, lay down there, let them get that work on him on the field as long as they can, and then get up here and
I
get back
wonder
in.
if Adam Kane may burn a timeout here. He's got Tate Porath next to him. He gives him the play, but there's 10 seconds. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to run this down, burn a timeout, and hope he can get his senior quarterback back on the field before a pivotal 3rd down and 1. But we will have a timeout called on the field first. 7-7 our score here. We have score updates. It's been a while on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. White County trails Greenville at halftime 21-0, and Anderson County still about midway through the second quarter leads Stone Memorial 37-0. The Mavericks absolutely rolling now that they've got healthy. Early midway strikes. Wonder if it was a kickoff. 11:16 to go in the first quarter. They lead at Clay County 6-0.
And guys, they're trying to get the bleeding stopped, but the biggest issue is it's all over the front of his uniform also, too. So now they're having to clean a uniform up, too.
And so they are trying to get Bronston Chaffin there. Reagan Lamb, the trainer here, has had a towel halfway up his nostril just trying to get the bleeding to stop. It's not a serious injury, but he bopped down, and now he's ready to go. Puts his helmet on, and you'll hear the crowd jump up. 3rd down and 1 here in a battle between 2 Mr. Football semifinalists and 2 great 4A football teams.
And Noah, I'm wondering, maybe not here, but when do we see Upperman try to take a shot against this Alcoa secondary?
Have not seen it yet. As Chaffin leads his troops out, he'll have Carmine Phillips in the backfield with him. 2 number 11s on the outside look like 2 very different body types. Closest to the press box. As Chaffin on 3rd and 1 takes the snap, play fake, going to keep it himself. Ball is on the ground. It's a fumble, and Alcoa recovers. You heard Coach Kane say they can't have it. A bobbled exchange, and the Tornadoes are in prime position. 1st and 10 on the Upperman 29.
And couldn't see it where I'm from, but they're running a read play there, and Bronston pulls it. Don't know if Carmine clamped down on it, if he pulled it and it hit the hip. Regardless, ball's on the ground. You're giving the ball to Alcoa at the +27. Bad recipe right there.
The turnovers killed him against Greenville. They killed him against Beach. They hope it doesn't kill him tonight. Alcoa wants to capitalize. 7-7, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Thomas Manu. In the pistol. Manu has the snap, drops back to pass, looking deep over the middle of the field. Receivers open, makes the catch, spins off one man, and then taken down. A huge size advantage for the 6'3", 180-pound Jameer Dean as he rips across the middle, and Alcoa quickly into the red zone, 1st and goal.
Yeah, and that ball was actually thrown a little behind him. He really had to slow down. If that one's on the money, he probably catches that one and scores.
Jameer Dean, you're seeing why he's got a host of D1 offers. Not starred yet, but much like Colton Johnson, it's coming for him.
He will be. Yeah.
No doubt. 1st and goal from the 5 for Alcoa after the Upperman turnover. It was a fast start for the Bees, but they flatted out a little bit here. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Thomas Manu. He's got Micah Jones in the backfield. Takes the snap. Manu hands to Jones. Jones up the middle, spins off of one man. Now will be taken down at about the 2. 2nd and goal here for Alcoa. Still very early on. 5:52 to go in the first quarter. Feels like we've been playing for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and, when they're getting in these short yardage run situations, they're getting Jones in the backfield, and he's their biggest back, and you can tell him running between the tackles. He's used to it. He's comfortable with it. He's taking contact at line of scrimmage and still falling forward.
Jones will stay in the backfield. 2 offensive touchdowns, a defensive score, and a special teams touchdown a week ago for him in the dominant victory over Cherokee. Manu takes the snap, gives to Jones again. Jones tries to bounce left side, now will push forward, rip backwards, touchdown Alcoa. Micah Jones for the 2nd time gets it in, and Alcoa strikes 3 plays later. There is a flag down.
You got a flag on the play, guys, for excessive celebration.
So this could be on the kickoff, which could loom large. Personal foul, taunting against Alcoa as they take a lead 13-7. And I imagine Coach Kane would take this on the kickoff, trying to give Elijah Fitz or going to block a chance at a return.
Yeah, after what we've seen with the extra points, he's going to drill it from wherever. So I would want to back him up and see if you can create some positive field position.
And let's remember that is one.
Another one.
Another one, you're going to throw the guy out.
Yeah. Coach,
so
did you see who
huge.
it was? Was it Jones?
It was on the running back.
So that's Jones.
He had I guess you would call a prop in his pant that he pulled out.
On the Turner Roofing scoreboard, Greenville now up in the third quarter over
Joe Horn.
White County.
You called Joe Horn?
Greenville leads over White County 28-0. 14-0 as the extra point is good. Upperman can't have turnovers tonight. They give one, and Alcoa capitalizes immediately.
Yeah, and that was in our keys to the game of just protecting the ball. And we've seen sometimes in big games this year, and it's really been more in the pass game, not in the fumble variety, but Bronson maybe have pressed a little bit. Just a read exchange there, puts it on the ground, and like you said, makes them pay. But really, going back to that touchdown run there from Jones, just a simple wedge play. They're just trying to push for it. He did a really good job with his feet in the backfield, waiting for something to open and falling forward.
A couple of score updates. Stone scores going into the break, but they trail 37-6 over Anderson County. The matchup that the winner of this game gets next week, they'll be going on the road. Whoever wins this one, Red Bank leads Gibbs 13-0 at halftime tonight at Red Bank. So the taunting penalty will knock Alcoa back to the 25 where they'll kick this. Also, Gordonsville leads Oneida 7-0 tonight. And still, I'll tell you guys, with how Tyson has a leg, I'm not sure if he still can't get this thing out of here.
He's probably still going to kick it to stay low market.
Well, but what he's been doing on the other kicks, he's been kicking them low and angling them to the corner. If he can't get it there, a low kickoff is bad for this return team.
Elijah Fitz is the lone return man. He's standing on his own 14-yard line. Alcoa leads 14-7. Upperman scored very quickly, turned it over. Alcoa scored twice. Then this will be a standard kickoff. Fitz is under it at the 15-yard line, trying to line it up to the 20, 25. Fitz to the 30, Fitz to the 35. Elijah Fitz bounces off a tackler to the 40, 45-50, 45-40. Elijah Fitz still on his feet to the 35 and down. Ball got ripped out late. What's the signal? I think he's out of bounds here. No signal, but I believe it's Upperman football. We're still waiting.
They requested the football over here on the sideline.
Okay.
He said he was down. And, Justin, to your point right there, not sure how many times this year Alcoa's had to defend a kickoff right there because it opened like the Red Sea.
A tremendous return for Elijah Fitz. Upperman back in business on the Alcoa 33-yard line. Make it the 32.
And that's really the shot in the arm you needed here if you're Upperman after the turnover. Kind of the energy left the stadium a little bit in the sidelines. Now you've got it back. Got to capitalize.
Punch, counter punch. That's what this type of game is block and the wide out to our right. Phillips in the backfield with Chaffin. 1st and 10 snap. Hand off to Carmine Phillips. Phillips looks for the edge. Big stiff arm still on his feet. Carmine Phillips running well early on in this one. He gets about 7, maybe 8 yards. 2nd and short upcoming here for Upperman as they spot it all the way down to the 25.
He really is. And, Jeremy, everything is coming outside the tackles here. That play was designed to go inside, and he bounced it.
Well, one thing that is actually shocking to me right now, and there'll be a lot of Upperman fans not shocked, speed for speed, Upperman right now is holding their own. There is not a mismatch that I see at this point.
The mismatch is the wide receiver size for Alcoa. With that big Jameer Dean running those in-breaking routes. Trips to the left here for Chaffin. It's 2nd down and 3. 5 on the play clock as he sets his troops up. Chaffin takes the snap. Little pass fake now right up the middle. And Bronson Chaffin has a 1st down. He'll be driven down inside the Turner Roofing red zone. It's the Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down for Upperman. Looking for the answer down to the 17.
And Coach Dodgen, you can hit on this in a minute. Just how severe did that nose look? Is it a nosebleed, a break? Because I think you're going to see them a lot, twisting that helmet a lot down there.
It was a nosebleed, but
Okay.
he took a hand up inside the face mask.
Just saw him talking to the official about that on his way back on the field. 1st and 10 from this 18-yard line. Make it for Upperman. Working left to right if you're listening on your radio dial. 4:25 to go. Still in the first quarter tonight at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Trips to the left for Bronston Chaffin. Porath out wide to the right. Snap taken. Play fake. Chaffin looking to throw. Now he forced to bail out. He's got room to run to the 20. Chaffin to the 15. Chaffin lowers the boom inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. And now we're going to have another penalty against Alcoa. They just jumped on the top of Bronston Chaffin. Super undisciplined. And you're not going to like that if you're Adam Kane, but this is going to be half the distance. That is.
And that would be number 34, guys.
Yeah, that's really
going
bad.
to be on.
Janarius Henry, a sophomore, gator rolled Bronston Chaffin well after he was down, and a good job by one of his teammates, some leadership out there as he goes and talks to him. You cannot do that in a game like this. And this is going to be half the distance to the goal. Upperman's going to be inside the 5.
And guys, if you remember the Anderson County game, the talk out of that game was Alcoa had 17 penalties that ball game.
Well, to me, they're trying to take some cheap shots on Bronson. That's what I'm seeing, because it's a completely different ball game if he's not in there.
Yeah, he's mentioned he felt like he got hit up high. That one, I mean, you saw it on camera. I don't even have to describe it to you. First and goal, Upperman. It's Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance, first down. Chaffin going to give to Phillips. Over to the left side, Phillips will be wrapped up, still on his feet. Pushed back at about the 4, no gain. Second and goal upcoming here for Upperman.
And for the first time tonight, Jeremy, we saw Alcoa anchor in there and get some penetration. They run the counter out the backside, and they had someone get in the backfield and knock that one off the tracks.
Yeah, and the end kind of stayed home as well to not let that bounce outside.
3:37 to go in the first quarter, 14-7 Alcoa. Upperman looking to answer. We've seen Alcoa trail. They took the lead. Upperman trailing, trying to tie it up. Phillips in the backfield, fits and block out wide to the right. Johnson along the line at the tight end spot. Little hard count. We've got a whistle. What's the whistle for?
A warning on number 11 for simulating the count. Trying to simulate out here with Gunner Block to get him to jump early.
Well, for the record, there is no simulation. There's no warning on that. That should be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Should have been, yes. And now they're telling them about their uniforms on their knee pads over here, too.
Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Alcoa's in town.
Should have told Oklahoma's kicker that.
Chaffin takes the snap, play fake, and now we do have early move. And then Bronson Chaffin got taken out. No flag as the Boo Birds rise to their feet. Upperman getting livid about it. And we have an encroachment penalty. It's against Alcoa, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. This is a little ugly right now, Justin.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to think anything other than they're trying to get a little cheap on Bronson here and get him rattled. It just feels that way, in case anybody else feels different.
It's also, guys, I feel like it's the Alcoa way, and I don't mean that bad, but we're Alcoa, and we're going to here to intimidate you and see if they can get Upperman frustrated.
It's second and goal now from the 2-yard line. Bronston Chaffin, though, what do we know? He's a gamer, thrives in competitive environments. He's all alone in the backfield. I bet he keeps it. Chaffin surveys. Hard count. Now he has the snap. Right up the middle goes Bronston Chaffin. Touchdown, Upperman. The Bees answer back off the big return by Elijah Fitz. And the Legacy House score puts them within a point.
I think we're going to have to keep an eye on this one all game. If Alcoa is going to remain undisciplined, if Upperman can rein it in and not retaliate, they're going to have some opportunities to pick up some free yards and get some better field position.
And listen, sorry to interrupt you, but as an official, that is the last time you touch number 8 after a whistle, or we have to escalate this.
Austin Roberts on for the extra point. Alcoa very good in this department, as they are in everything. Snap, set, the kick for Roberts is up, and the kick for Roberts is good. 2:35 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-14. Better figure out where your popcorn's at. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
John Deere 5E is built for our way of life, and it's backed by Tri-Green Equipment's tried and true support. So stop by your local Tri-Green Equipment store to take advantage of financing as low as 0% APR this fall. Mowing, cleaning, hauling, whatever is on your to-do list, Tri-Green has a John Deere tractor built to handle it all with ease. Whether you're tending the land or tackling weekend projects, this is a season to get things done. Visit us online at trigreen.com to see how affordable a John Deere tractor can be.
Back here in Baxter, 14-all between Upperman and Alcoa. A quick check of the Turner Roofing scoreboard as Greenville leading White County 28-0. They're getting started in the third quarter. Anderson County over Stone Memorial 37-6. Gibbs and Red Bank. It's 13-7 Red Bank. 9:45 to play in the third quarter. Clay County trailing Midway 6-0 nearing the end of the first quarter, and Gordonsville on top of Oneida 7-0. Back to you, Noah.
14-14 here. Austin Roberts on for the kickoff, I should say. Another low squibber. This appears to be the strategy. It's bobbled and grabbed on a knee at the 38-yard line. So Alcoa will start on their own 38. All tied up, been very chippy. Quite frankly, been pretty chippy one way so far. That could change. And, Coach, you talked about Bronson Chaffin and Coach Kane having a conversation you got to hear.
Yeah, the conversation was Bronson after the play that he's getting hit up inside the face mask as soon as he goes to the ground.
1st and 10, Alcoa. Thomas Manu has it. 2 rushing touchdowns so far for Micah Jones. We expected a great game. We've had a great first quarter. Still a long way to go. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Manu takes the pistol snap. Going to give on left side on the halfback stretch play. Cutting upfield. And there's a flag. This one's coming back. Clear hold on the left side of the line as they try to get DeBose rolling.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Colton or somebody came flying in to set that edge, and they ripped him around his neck.
Tate Porath that time got held and take about a 5-yard gain off the board. It'll be 1st and 20. Alcoa, though, much like Upperman, 1st and 20 is no problem. They converted a 3rd and 37 a couple of weeks ago.
And we've talked about the chippiness. Coach Shane's got to be telling his guys, like, hey, man, let's just hold our water here. Let's not retaliate. We're going to get some of these calls.
1st and 10 back on the, or 20 rather, back on the Alcoa 28-yard line. Manu tries to get this offense rolling. Probably Jameer Dean time. Snap taken. Manu will roll his way towards the right. Fires on the run. Dean comes back, lays out. Did he catch it? He did not. Incomplete. 2nd and 20 here for Alcoa.
Jeremy, I think he caught that one, just landed out of bounds. But what we're getting out of Upperman here, they're back to some of that 3-3 stack, cover 3. They're playing soft here, not one to let Alcoa behind them.
Absolutely. And the lightning fast receivers, you cannot let them get past you and get a ball over the top because Manu can make that throw.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Midway leads Clay County 14-0 in Salina. Clay County. Midway's been rolling. They got a top 10 win, 8-3. I believe they're winners of 6 straight. The Dale Hollow Horizon has audio coverage of that. We've shared it to our main Facebook page. 2nd and 20 here for Alcoa. Full receiver set for Thomas Manu. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Got DeBose in the backfield with him. 3 down front for the Bees in that 3-3 stack. Manu fakes the pitch, tries to keep it. We've got a whistle and a flag.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. Clock at zeros. It'll back them up 5 more. 2nd and 25 now for the Tornadoes.
It's got to be the 7th penalty against Alcoa, and obviously doing everything they can to help Upperman out here.
And something that the Upperman coaching staff's talking about on the sidelines to watch the offensive line, that they're not lined up on the line, and they're saying it's 77 right now.
And saying he's lining up deep?
Yes.
That's Jacob Crow, the Texas Tech commit. He is a sensational athlete, 6'8", 310. 2nd and 25 back on the 23-yard line for Alcoa. They can certainly convert. Empty set here for Thomas Manu. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. He has the shotgun snap, drops back. Here comes pressure, fires over the middle of the field. Receiver makes the catch, hit and slung down. Jude Fitzpatrick, his 2nd tackle of the game. It is 3rd and Smithville for Alcoa, about 3rd and 20.
And remember the rule there, his head just has to be breaking the center's waist for him to be on the line.
3rd and 20, and it's about to get loud here at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. 1 receiver out wide to the left, 2 to the right. DeBose in the backfield. Alongside the quarterback, Thomas Manu. He has the snap, drops back, looks left, here comes pressure, steps away. What a move. Manu, eyes downfield, hit again, sacked! A bone-jarring hit. Israel Alvarez says, welcome to Baxter, Tennessee. It's a big sack, and it's a punt for Alcoa.
And that right there, Manu's just scrambling around, trying to make a play. He never saw Alvarez. As he kind of came back to the middle of the field, that's where Alvarez was coming from and absolutely planted him.
He is a run stuffer. Israel Alvarez missed the Beach and Greenville game. He's in tonight. He gets his 2nd sack of the season. Manu is the punter. They can fake it very easily. Carmine Phillips back deep to receive.
He's the holder on extra points, too. You got to keep an eye on that all night.
Manu has it. He waits now, puts a kick into it. This one's spinning. No chance for Phillips. A good punt. Thomas Manu, really good. Phillips got to back away from that. That's how Alcoa will touch it down And Upperman will take over on the 28-yard line with 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. So at this point now, Upperman withstood the shot, gave up the turnover, still in the football game with a chance to go take the lead, as we will likely have one more play here in the quarter.
Well, other than the blood on Bronson's jersey, you'll say no blood after the first quarter here. We're 14-14. Upperman turns it over, gives it up, but they get a stop. They get a 3-and-out here, which is essentially a turnover there for the Alcoa offense.
Report from Goose on the Alcoa sideline. They are rattled, and then a thing I can't say on air. Goose getting content. Coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com.
Goose is on the loose,
The Goose
baby.
is loose. What a guy. 5 receivers set here for Chaffin. Back on their own 27-yard line. Play fake. Chaffin up the middle. He's wrapped up and dropped down. A gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 for the Bees, but it will likely be in the second quarter as time ticking down to 20 seconds to go in this frame.
And that may be Upperman's run game between the tackles tonight, is the read action, power read, anything with that with Bronson, and just let him be your bruiser tonight.
He ended up getting 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5, but it will be 2nd and 5 when we come back in the second quarter. 14-14 here in the second round of the Class 4A postseason. Coverage is presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. You're watching it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Brownston Chaffin, 7 carries for 36 yards. He's got a touchdown on the ground. So does Carmine Phillips. It's tied here in Baxter. 14 all between the Bees and the Tornadoes. Quick check of the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Greenville leading White County 28-0. Stone Memorial trailing Anderson County at halftime 37-6. Midway has taken a 14-8 lead. Clay County scored early on in that second quarter. 14-8 Midway on top. And Gornsville with a 7-0 lead against Oneida.
We've got a fight tonight here at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Thanks, Jacob. 2nd and 5 for the Bees. 5 receivers set again for Bronston Chaffin, the senior quarterback, at over 3,000 all-purpose yards. Takes the snap, play fake, looking to throw over the middle, and is dropped. He had Colton Johnson wide open, and it just bounced off his chest. Incomplete. 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, RPO action right there off of the power read set. He had a bubble, and instead of Colton going downfield and blocking, they hit a slant, hit him right in the hands. Got to come up with that one. Help your quarterback out.
3rd and 5 from the 32-yard line. Alcoa forced to punt for the first time. Upperman also 2 for 3 on their drives, fumbled it. Alcoa scored 3 plays later, and we have a stalemate at 14 all. 2 out to the right, 2 to the left for Bronston Chaffin on 3rd and 5. 10 on the play clock as he sets up. Motions Phillips again, takes the snap, play fake, going up the middle is Chaffin. He has running room, and he barrels forward for a Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance first down.
Yeah, and just a good job of reading that one. That was probably a called keep on there, not really looking to hand that one off to Phillips. Let a block set up, and then, again, he's going to fall forward all night, 6'4", 230, running well behind those pads. That's going to be their inside run game.
I can't believe we haven't already said this. If you're an Alcoa fan, you literally have a broadcast. It's on the NFHS network tonight. We are not here for you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, get off our page.
At all.
Yeah, go home.
Not if you couldn't gather that, I really can't help you. This, especially you got your own broadcast here. Come on. 4 receivers set as Phillips goes in motion for Chaffin on first down. Long play fake, drops back, looking deep downfield, looking for Fitz. Couldn't get there as he was going battle for battle on the outside with a really good corner. Damari DeBose, the junior. 2 players that look almost identical. Both wear number 3. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And really, though, DeBose did a good job of not letting Fitz get his inside leverage. He stayed behind him, and that's one I thought we'd see it in the first quarter. They just want to take a shot, check that motor oil a little bit, because Alcoa has shown the tendency to give some of that up.
2nd and 10 here from the 39-yard line. Upperman with it, tied up at 14. We are 46 seconds into this quarter. If you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle, you can hear Tennessee Tech against Kentucky tomorrow. 12:30 kickoff. I'll be on the sidelines. Hope you'll join us there. Chaffin takes a snap, looking for the quick hitter, and he airmailed it. May have slipped out of his hands. Chaffin frustrated with himself. Big opportunity for the Tornado defense. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I wasn't sure if Fitz was supposed to drop out of that one or not. Really, but that one, you said it went way over Carmine's head.
3rd and 10 here. We expect a very aggressive approach on 4th down for the Bees tonight, but not if it's 4th and 10.
Right.
Big play here. Chaffin breaks the huddle. He'll send 2 out to the right, 2 to the left. We just talked about how Alcoa built to convert on 3rd and long. So are the Bees. Neither team finds themselves there very often, though.
Bringing some pressure.
Hard
here.
count for Chaffin. We've got a whistle.
False
I wonder if
start.
it was a false start on one of the receivers on the outside for the Bees. Sure was. Not what Adam Kane wants to see. That'll back him up 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 15.
It wouldn't surprise me to see Alcoa show that pressure again and drop out of it with it being 3rd and 15.
Now you don't have a whole lot of plays on your play sheet for 3rd and 15, Justin.
Yeah, you just want to call something here, kind of like Alcoa did earlier where they threw the screen with an aggressive defense. You just want to get the ball out of your hands quick and let somebody have a chance to make a play. Or you let Bronson do it with his legs, one or the other.
Our presenting sponsor of Upperman Playoff Football is Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We appreciate her. Upperman's got to go quick. Chaffin takes the snap. Play fake. Looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He could run forever. 35-40, 45-50, 45-40. Now cuts inbounds. Lowers the boom. Breaks a tackle. 10 more yards for big Bronsden Chaffin. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance and Baxter Pharmacy. First down.
So, Jeremy, officiating that's something that I, as a defensive coach, hate. You saw him slow down and act like he's going to go out of bounds, and he blows his shot. Mahomes has done that some this year. Quarterbacks are going to start getting smoked on the sideline.
And again, you kind of, if that play happens again and it's close and someone takes a shot real close to the sideline,
what are you supposed to do?
You're probably going to let it go a little bit. Now, not as bad. Was it Kenny Pickett that did the fake slide?
That was crazy.
I hated that.
Keep an eye on Colton Johnson right here. He went out on a drag route, and nobody picked him up.
1st and 10 for Chaffin as he has a huge gain on the play all the way down to the Alcoa 26. Takes the snap. Quarterback keeper around left side again. Now cuts upfield. Chaffin carries defenders inside the 20 into the Turner Roofing red zone. Gain of 9. Upperman threatening to regain the lead down to the 17.
On these design quarterback runs for Upperman, that's just almost student body left right there. They are getting a push. And again, he is running behind his pads, falling forward every time. Really impressed with Bronson running the football tonight.
And one thing I'm noticing, he's not getting touched till he's 2 or 3 yards
Correct.
across the line of scrimmage, which obviously bodes well for Upperman.
2nd and a long one here for the Bees from the 17 of Alcoa. All tied up at 14 tonight. Snap taken. First time for Carmine Phillips in a while. Huge hole. Carmine Phillips carries a defender to the 5-yard line. A Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance. First down up front. Noah Tarver and Parker Cox created a huge hole for the senior tailback.
They did. And that's called a GH counter right there. So they pulled a guard. They pulled the tight end wing there behind there to be that lead blocker and created an inside gap there for Carmine that wasn't picked up.
And we ask ourselves, can Upperman run the football? So far, about 165 yards in the first half.
91 for Chaffin, 79 now for Carmine Phillips. So over 160 up to nearly 170 for the Bees. 2 to the left here for Chaffin. He'll motion gunner block across. Snap taken. Chaffin with the play fake up the middle. Bronsden Chaffin dives and going to be called short to the 1. 2nd and goal for the Bees.
And that was a call quarterback run the whole time. Token motion there from block. I don't know how many carries he has on the season, but you wouldn't have – Alcoa should not have been expected him to get that one.
And, guys, number 52 on the Upperman offensive line is just creating massive holes on that right side.
It's the senior Andrew Hughes, and his brother's become one of our best technicians, besides our wives. He's here tonight. We appreciate Cameron. He's been fantastic on the Livingston games. Andrew out there at center. From the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal Upperman. Chaffin right up the middle. Up and over. Touchdown, Upperman. Big Bronsden Chaffin for the 2nd time tonight. And Upperman has 13 straight on their home field.
And that's a statement drive there. They had it. Alcoa has them backed up 3rd and 15 on their own side of the field. And they just leave Bronsden Chaffin naked on the outside to the wide side for him to pick up over 30 on a scramble. Big statement there for the Bees.
If you haven't seen Bronsden Chaffin on the hardwood, He's got a big vertical leap. He has some massive tomahawk jams as a state champion for the boys basketball team. Roberts on for the extra point. It is up. And Austin Roberts' extra point is good. 8:24 to go in the first half. Upperman answers with a punch of their own. It's 21-14. Long way to go. It's the high school football playoff game of the week presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media
The Bees
Network.
lead here in Baxter 21-14 after the rushing touchdown by Bronston Chaffin from 2 yards out. A drive that went 10 plays, 73 yards in 4 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. Bees lead by 7.
Austin Roberts to kick it away. It's been these low squibbers trying to keep Alcoa at bay. The penalties have really hurt the Tornadoes. They doomed their last drive with them. A hold and a false start put them behind the sticks. Roberts with a low line driver again. It's bobbled, now picked up. Return man gets away from one man, now gets away from another. Watch out, they're lined up in front. He's still on his feet, dancing through traffic. Still on his feet, finally cut down at the 45-yard line. Just dancing around, showing off some athleticism. That's a big boy out there getting it done. Big 34, Janarius Henry at 6'2", 200. And this is why we wondered if, quite frankly, if Upperman would just onside kick it the whole game, because Alcoa gets it on the 45.
Well, and the adjustment there by the Alcoa return team, he attacked that ball. The last couple, he kind of waited on and it bounced around. He went up and got that, picked it up with his mind made to try to make something happen.
1st and 10 for Thomas Manu and company, trying to answer. Each team has gone on a 14-0 run in this ball game. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Manu takes the snap, play fake, looks left on the screen. Receiver makes the catch and will be cut down. He finds Jameer Dean again. Just gets right across the face of Elijah Fitz. A big pitch and catch down to the 24. On the Turner Roofing scoreboard, Greenville about to advance, and they will play Anderson County. Greenville leads 35-0 over Sparta. Anderson County leads 37-6 over Stone. And Red Bank leads Gibbs 21-7. Winner of this game gets that game next week on the road. 1 to the left, 2 bunch to the right, make it 3 bunch to the right for Thomas Manu. 1st and 10, snap taken, going to hand off to the back. He dances into a tackler as Jude Fitzpatrick will stand him up. Andrew Bohan in there as well as they try to get Micah Jones rolling. Already 2 touchdown carries for him. Another score update, here come the Dogs. Clay County 16, Midway 14, 16 unanswered for Clay County.
No, go back to 2 plays ago on that slant. That's going to be there all night with how Upperman's playing on the outside right now. Corners to the boundary and to the field are lining up 5 to 8 yards off every play with that play action pass, sucking up the linebackers. No way to cover that.
Manu rolls out on 2nd and 8, fires downfield. Receiver makes the catch into the end zone. Just like that, Alcoa answers. An absolute fastball fired in from Thomas Manu and a really good catch by Haynes Hawkins.
Yeah, and that's the exact same play they ran earlier in the game, the smash concept. The first time he threw it to the curl. This time the corner bites up on the curl and he threw it over his head, running away from the safety's leverage. That's a good play call against that cover 3 that we're seeing a lot from Upperman tonight.
Tyson on to try and kick the extra point. We still have 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go, and we have 41 combined points in the first half. 2 elite offenses. Manu to hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is deep into the woods, and it is good.
Good
Very
luck
quick
finding
drive.
that one, Easton.
Yeah, he's not going to find that.
3 plays, 45 yards in a minute and 9 seconds, all tied up at 21 again. Punch, counterpunch continues.
Yeah, and, alluding to this as to a big heavyweight fight, we've kind of gone through the feeling 8 out stage, and these guys have drawn a line in the middle of the ring, and they're just standing there slugging at each other right now.
Well, and the thing is, and I think Coach hit on this with Alcoa's coach, the longer this thing stays tight, it's advantage Upperman, absolutely. Because Alcoa, and I promise you, there's some people that drove up from Alcoa thought they were winning 42-0. I promise you, they did.
Well, that's off the board now.
Of course.
21-21.
But what I'm saying is the longer this stays tight, 1,000% advantage Upperman.
Because really, Upperman's playing with house money. You're playing, like you said earlier, big bad Alcoa, winners of 10 straight. got nothing to lose here, that pressure will start to build on that opposing sideline.
Coach, go ahead if you have something.
You're talking about conditions. This field, guys, is in great shape right now. Compared to what it was 2 weeks ago when the Macon County was here, they've done a great job of getting their facility in shape here at Upperman.
Tyson on to kick it away. When he has not started backed up because of a personal foul, he's put him through the end zone with relative ease with those line drive kicks. He'll look for another one, but this one could be returnable. Fitz has it pop up. He bats it down. Now we'll pick it up at the 10-yard line. Fitz with 3 tornadoes looking at him, cuts up at the 20. Fitz at the 25. Fitz breaks another tackle and down at the 27. Ends up working out for about 8 extra yards for the Bees. Dangerous, though, as it'll be 1st and 10 Upperman.
Hey, let's remember, start of the third quarter, Alcoa won and deferred, so points in this possession critical for Upperman.
And there, Jeremy, from a rule standpoint, that ball was bouncing and Fitz bats it down. He could have let it go over his head to get at 20, but he's playing with fire there if it goes in the end zone or not.
Well, you know, it's crazy. If it hits his hand, his helmet, his leg, and goes in the end zone, still a touchback, which I think is a really weird rule in high school.
1st and 10, working right to left if you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle. Trips to the right, 2 to the left for Bronston Chaffin. 4 down front now for Alcoa. Chaffin looks for the quick hitter, incomplete. Miscommunication. Phillips wasn't ready for it. Fitz wasn't ready for it. The passing game not working right now for Upperman. Just 1 of 6 for 17 yards.
Well, and that's the second time into the boundary here that they've just not been on the same page. It's not been smooth. It's there. Alcoa's playing a little soft in the secondary too. If they can just get in rhythm, maybe get them to squeeze up a little bit and get one behind them.
Huge crowd tuning in across all platforms tonight. We welcome you in. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. 2nd and 10 here for the Bees. The first downs have not been great the past couple of drives. They converted a 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 15 rather, with a huge Bronston Chaffin run that sparked the last possession. Phillips in motion, play fake. Chaffin going to keep it himself up the middle, big hole. Chaffin at the 35, Chaffin at the 40. Chaffin carrying a defender to midfield. Bronston Chaffin with a gain of 23. And a Gary Maxwell Insurance and Baxter Pharmacy 1st down.
Design quarterback run the whole way. That's a token jet motion. He was keeping that. That was no read. Right up the gut. You said it. But that motion, you've got to honor it because first play of the game, he broke out the sideline, almost scored. So Alcoa has to stay home.
And a good read right there by Chaffin, guys. The outside linebacker came on a blitz, and Bronson just went right in his gap area.
1st and 10 from the Alcoa 49, tied up at 21. So we move through the second quarter, 6:18 to go in the frame. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Chaffin. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks left. Now he has to tuck it, tries to get outside. Being wrapped up, he fires it. Did not get to the line of scrimmage. It should be intentional grounding. No, gunner block, flew back. We couldn't see him in the land of bodies, and the official points to him, says he was in the area, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Headsy play by Chaffin and block right there. I thought we were going to have an intentional grounding.
I didn't see him.
Down.
He was tucked in behind some of those big Alcoa tornadoes.
He's also hard to pick out over there with his size.
Gunner block, all speed at 5'5", 125. Maybe generous.
Probably a generous 5'5".
Maybe a generous 5'5" for Gunner. But he's had a huge season.
But he plays like he's 6'2" sometimes. He is a stud.
2nd and 10 here for Upperman. 1st down woes continue as they've tried to air it out. But Adam Kane wants to talk about things first. And it gives me an opportunity to tell you about our friends at Square One Gutters and Roofing. Square One Gutters and Roofing has been proudly serving the Upper Cumberland for over 30 years. Their business focuses on quality service and workmanship for all your gutter, roofing, and siding needs. Call 931-510-8680 for a free, no-obligation quote today. Square One Gutters and Roofing is proudly family-owned and operated. I also tell you about our friends at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles, located at 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B. It's the area's best selection of sports Pokemon cards, boxes, and much more. These guys know a whole lot about it. It is a great spot. If you're into cards, if you're curious about them, maybe you have some that you want to get checked out, they can do all that right there at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles. It'll be 2nd and 10 Upperman. And right now, guys, you think about it, an empty possession for Upperman on the turnover, an empty possession for Alcoa on the punt, and we're kind of all square here still middle of the second quarter.
This is what we wanted. This is why we're here. This is why there's 5,000 to 6,000 people. I don't know. Coach Dodgen will probably have a better guess at how many people are down there. But, I mean, this is what you play this game for. Crazy it's in the second round. Big game feel.
Guys, I'm going to at least say there's 5,000 people here. It's lined up 5, 6 deep on the fences towards the end zone.
We were sure this was going to be a 4th round matchup, and then Anderson County knocked off Alcoa and instead we get it in the second round.
And apparently Anderson County's pretty dadgum good.
No doubt. They've gotten their starting quarterback back. That freshman's really good. Trips to the left, one to the right for Bronson Chaffin on 2nd and 10. Dropping back, fires. Again, incomplete. Absolutely nothing working for Upperman through the air right now, as it'll be 3rd and 10. Now 1 of 8 through the air is Bronson Chaffin.
That's the frustrating part because it's there. There are open receivers. They are just not hitting. It's not in sync and rhythm right now. For Alcoa here on this 3rd and long, Tennessee can't do it, but expect some kind of quarterback spy out of them, not to let Bronson pick up something with his legs, because last time they were in man and no one accounted for Bronson on the big 3rd down run.
Yeah, Tim Banks is allergic to doing a quarterback spy, but don't get me started on that one. Trips to the left, one to the right for Chaffin. 3rd and 10 from the Alcoa 49. Comes pressure off the edge. Chaffin with a quick hitter to Johnson. He jumps up to makes the catch. Now weaves through traffic. First time we've got to say his name, Colton Johnson. A gain down to the Alcoa 34, and a Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance first down.
Jeremy, if you're Coach Kane here, you've got to still rely on this pass game because it's there. They're just not hitting, but the receivers are open.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then when you pass, it's going to open the run game up even more.
And Noah, you've called a lot of Upperman games over the years. I just have a feeling down here that they're trying to set Alcoa up for maybe a stop and go or something to get those corners sealed up and let Fitz go long.
Yeah, we've only seen the one deep shot to Elijah Fitz. They love that connection between him and Chaffin. Fitz in the slot here on 1st and 10. Phillips in the backfield from the Alcoa 34. This is quarterback keeper the whole way around left side. He barrels into one of his own men down to the 35. Make it the 30, I should say. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and running this quarterback sweep or a quarterback student body left over here, and it's just giving him a chance to string it out and then cut up north and south and pick a hole. Really nothing there. He hits it, falls forward.
Final on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Greenville knocks off White County 35-0 tonight at Burley Stadium. They set up a date against the winner of Anderson County Stone Memorial. The clock is running there late in the 3rd quarter. It's 37-6 still. AC with the lead over Stone. That was 30-0 early. Clay County with 24 unanswered. They lead midway, 24-14. 2 to the left for Bronson Chaffin on 2nd down and 7. He has the snap, going to give to Carmine Phillips. He's run into right at the line, spins, the ball pops out, it's free. A fight for it. Alcoa says that they have it, and they do. 2nd fumble of the game for Upperman offensively. Alcoa recovers them both. 2-0 on the turnovers. That's not how you beat the Tornadoes.
That was knocked out by number 25 for Alcoa.
Yeah, it's Blair Goodson, the nose guard at 6'1", 240. Ball pops straight into the air. Alcoa fell on it. And it will be 1st and 10. The difference between this fumble and the last one, this one's in their territory, back on the 29-yard line. But a gut check to the Bees, who were trying to regain a lead at 21-21.
And you've got to really, you said gut check. Alcoa gets the ball out of halftime. You don't want to give up 2 for 1 here.
2 to the right, 1 to the left for Thomas Manu. In a battle for momentum. Awkward snap. That's a false start. A lot of early movement. That'll back him up 5 yards and make it 1st and 15.
I believe that's on the center. I think he snapped the ball late. She just had too much movement on the offensive line.
2 fumbles for Upperman. When you do that against Alcoa in one half, you're fortunate to be tied. They are right now at 21. We'll see if that holds up, as this will be 1st and 15 from the 24.
And we're a little outside of this middle 8 here at 4:27. But you hear college coaches talk a lot. They want to win the last 4 and the first 4 of the second. Big stanza in the game here.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Manu. Upperman shows pressure. They're bringing it. Pass fire to the outside. Receiver makes the catch. He'll be cut down by Schaefer. William Schaefer rides down as they make up those penalty yardage +2. It'll be 2nd and 8 as he fired it outside to Jacoby Cooper. He's getting offers to some NAIA schools, including Carson Newman and Maryville.
Well, no, you hit on it early in the game. This pass game from Alcoa is quick game. Ball's getting out of the hand quick. And like you said, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Elijah Fitz right now is shadowing Jameer Dean. We did not see that early. He's Upperman's best DB with 10 pass breakups entering the night. Tate Porath blitzing off the edge. They run the opposite way. Big hole for DeBose as he accelerates past the 40 to the 45-50 as Carmine Phillips escorts him out of bounds.
You have a flag on the play.
It was a humongous hole. A flag is down. This one's coming back, I believe.
Upperman's going to get real fortunate right there with a hold.
They were outnumbered in a major way, and it is a hold.
That has to be on Dean.
The wide receiver on the outside. This is going to be 10 from the spot, so it's going to be about where they started that last play as they dropped the flag on the 40. maybe back one extra yard here for another second down play.
Well, and Jeremy, I'm with you. You said it on Dean. Because when Fitz came down to set the edge there, the ball bounced outside of him, and he cannot – the ball's got to cut inside of him. But I think Dean had a hold of him and didn't allow him to get off.
It's one of those things, as soon as the running back's on your hip, just let the block go. He's not going to make the play, but he held on to it just a little too long.
2nd and 9 here for Alcoa. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 3:44 to go in the first half. All tied up at 21. Early movement, no flag. Dropping back to pass Manu, looking deep downfield, receivers wide open, he makes the catch, now spinning outside, room to run now to the 30, 25 and block finally with the tackle as they get Jacoby Cooper. Pretty blatant false start goes uncalled and Alcoa capitalizes.
Well, and right here, that's the first time we've seen him try to throw some drop back and give him time, but that cover 3, when you give him time, you can get behind in some of those windows, and those vertical seams right there, that's where that one went.
Alcoa all the way down to the Upperman 17. Great pitch and catch, and Cooper starting to get rolling now with Elijah Fitz paying his attention to Jameer Dean. No doubt who the top cornerback is for Upperman. Alcoa going away from him and making him pay. Manu takes the snap, turns and hands off to Bose around left end. He's being stretched out and cut down. Carmine Phillips flies up to make the tackle from his defensive back position. They'll call him down to the 14, where it'll be 2nd and 7, 2:55 and counting. Alcoa with all 3 timeouts remaining, Upperman with 1.
Maybe surprising, maybe a little not to any of you guys, but it seems like the pass game may be there a little more for Alcoa after they've settled in here than the run game is.
Breaking huddle here is Thomas Manu. He'll send 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and Alcoa wisely in no hurry. They are a well-oiled machine when it comes to winning games. They are not going to give Upperman extra time. Manu tosses it outside to Bose. Tries to cut upfield. He's hit hard. And Carmine Phillips trying to make up for that fumble. Back-to-back tackles on Damari DeBose. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
You can't even talk about how huge of a 3rd down play this is. To hold them to a field goal attempt in this situation would be astronomically huge for Upperman.
3rd and 7, 2:03 to go. Time ticking away. Alcoa wants to leave no time for this Upperman offense and go 2 for 1 to gain a semblance of control. Neither team's led by more than a score in this first half. And Adam Kane going to burn the timeout now as he didn't like something out there on the field. With 1:48 to go in the half, Upperman with no timeouts remaining.
Well, and Jeremy, I think this is what you were saying. You can't talk about how big this is. I kind of think Coach Kane just wanted to see what they were going to line up in. They went empty, so he's going to try to get here and get a better play call for what they had to go against.
Guys, that was Coach Johnson over here, too, was getting in Coach Kane's ear about calling the timeout. They were afraid Alcoa was setting them up for a screen.
Score up there on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Anderson County strikes again. They lead Stone 44-6 tonight. Red Bank still leads Gibbs 21-7 when last updated. And Clay County still up over Midway 24-14. Gordonsville and Oneida. It's a good one right now in the jungle. Gordonsville's lead 7-6.
Wow.
In the halftime, the lone undefeated remaining in the Upper Cumberland, getting a test tonight from a perennial powerhouse in Class 2A.
One thing we've noticed Alcoa do when they get in the red zone is that high-low stuff.
Yep.
Upperman's got to find an answer for that.
Well, and last time they rolled the pocket, hit that smash concept, they did it early in the game too.
And interesting, they've gone with DeBose. He's a great tailback, but away from Micah Jones, who had the 2 touchdowns early. Alcoa with the depth to roll their guys, but DeBose hasn't had quite as much success. Big 3rd and 7 here for Alcoa. It's an easy field goal for them from here if they don't convert, but they're thinking 7, not 3. Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Thomas Manu, the quarterback in the gun, all alone. Takes the snap, here comes pressure, fires the screen, receiver makes the catch, now cuts upfield, breaks 1 tackle, now Gunner block with a great open field stop on the 7-yard line.
They're going to go for this one.
This is close. They're stopping the clock.
A first down.
It's a first down. They'll say 1st and goal as he found Cooper, his 3rd catch of the drive. No, it's 4th down on the board.
Well, they shouldn't be stopping the clock then. Oh, they've let it run.
Is it going to be 1st down? Let's see.
Yeah.
It is. We were waiting on the chains. It's 1st and goal from the 6. 1:20 to go, and Alcoa going to try to bleed it down even further. And now it will be Micah Jones into the game at the tailback spot.
And he's their short yardage back.
Already 2 touchdowns in the first half for him. Snap to Manu. Gives to Jones. Not a lot of room. Dives past the 5. They'll spot him right at the 5. 2nd and goal. Under a minute to play. And This is where games are won and lost late in halves of a tied-up second-round postseason matchup.
And you said that Alcoa is looking for 7 here, not 3. They're going to take a timeout.
Coach Nix will burn his first timeout with 48 seconds to go. If you're Alcoa, you don't have to be overly concerned at this point. Because of the 0 timeouts left for Upperman, they haven't been able to air it out deep yet in this game. So you're just trying to get it in. You don't have to get cute in this spot, but not an easy spot on 2nd and goal from the 5.
Well, and you said it. They've pretty much got a guaranteed 3 in their pocket. But if they can extend this to 7, that's what they're looking for as they get the ball coming out of halftime.
Stick around for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Our game day host, Jacob Benson, will lead the festivities. So take a look around the state on the scoreboard as Red Bank looks like they are about to get into the quarterfinals. They lead Gibbs 28-7 in the middle of the 4th quarter tonight at Red Bank. Elsewhere, Clay County, wow, they trailed 14-0 just a few minutes later. They're up 30-14 over Midway.
Well, and Noah and Jeremy here, if you're Alcoa with 2 timeouts, you've got your entire playbook open from the 5-yard line. You can line up in the big stuff and can continue to try to run the ball. You can throw it whatever you want because you can take a timeout and get the clock stopped.
Well, you look at who's coming onto the field. It's the big boys for Alcoa trying to lean on this Upperman front. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line with 48 seconds to go in the second. It's 21-21. Alcoa trying to be the latest team to score 14 unanswered. Both squads have done it already once. Manu in the pistol. Here comes pressure up the middle. He's going to play fake. Rolls out to his right. Fires against the grain. Incomplete. A dangerous pass for Thomas Manu. Under duress from Colton Johnson. Had a man open, but it was against his body. And Carmine Phillips almost intercepted that. 3rd and goal from the 5.
That's the one thing you can't have if you're Alcoa, is to put one in harm's way. They went kind of a pro Twins look, roll out hard here to the live, threw one in the back end zone. Looks like they're going to take another timeout.
And again, you could be free with those timeouts, only 1 remaining, but 3rd and goal, you got 2 downs maximum left to go here. Be curious what Coach Nix and his staff decides to do. If they run the ball and you don't get it in, you can get closer to try to go for it on 4th down. Are you content to take 3 and try to take a lead into the halftime locker room? Those are all, I'm sure, the discussions happening on those Alcoa headsets.
Yeah, again, the whole playbook's open. If it's me, how this game's going, because they've had success when they've lined up in their heavy, and it's not really heavy, it's just pro, tight end, fullback, but they've had success running between the tackles. That's what I call, if you get it to 4th and 1, a long one, I'm probably going for it, knowing you get the ball coming out.
Seeing a little bit of replay of Carmine Phillips' fumble.
Face mask.
It was bad.
Blatant.
I mean,
his face went backwards.
I had no idea. It's bad.
Goose has a great view of it, and before you say anything, like we literally saw it. His helmet got turned around. Bad. Ball popped out. That being said, they're not going to go overturn it. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line here. But it was bad. You'll see the video someday. It was not good. 3rd and goal from the 5. Out of the timeout for Alcoa. Manu breaks huddle. He's still got Micah Jones in the backfield with him. He'll send 3 out to the right, 1 to the left. Upperman still staying in tight defensively.
Watch his slant backside.
Manu takes the snap. He is dropping back to pass. Fires left, and it is the backside slant, and it is a touchdown for Alcoa as Jameer Dean gets across the face of Fitz, and Alcoa strikes with 38 seconds to go in the half.
And that's the one place down here that Fitz can't lose, so he can't get beat across his face inside. Just that backside slant ate him up.
And a great throw.
It was. He threaded
into a tight
the needle.
window for Thomas Manu. That is his 2nd passing touchdown of the day so far. Tyson to kick, snap, set, kick is good. Key to the game for Upperman, can't turn the football over. They've done it twice, and Alcoa has 14 points to show for it. 38 seconds, how aggressive will the Bees be? Down 7, knowing Alcoa gets it to start the second half.
Down 7 and no timeouts, and your pass game's just not been there. You'd feel terrible if you gave up a cheap one, a pick 6 here. I'm not one to concede, but I kind of want to get this one at halftime, get in the locker room, and get some things figured out. They've got to change something on defense. So the cover 3 shell they're running, Alcoa knows what they're in, and they're starting to take advantage of it.
Of course, you always have the opportunity if Chaffin or Phillips keeps it to pop a long one.
Absolutely.
But as a de facto Hail Mary. I would be stunned if Tyson does anything other than bomb this out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and that, like you said, like if they can line up and if they want to run some offense, just the passing game's been so spotty. But if they want to run some offense and see if they can pop one early, go for it. But I won't put it in the air with how it's been going so far.
Tyson on to kick it away. Fitz has one long return that flipped the script the last time Upperman trailed. Upperman scored first. Alcoa then scored 14. Upperman scored 14. Now Alcoa scored 14. Back and forth we go. As this is a low-line driver, Fitz has a chance at it. He'll field it at the 5-yard line. To the 10. Fitz at the 15. Fitz at the 20. Fitz tripped up from behind, stays on his feet. Now weaves against the grain. Fitz cut down at the 25. Nice open field tackle, and then a flop and a half on the backside. No flag goes. Good sportsmanship as DeBose helps Fitz back to his feet. And with 29 seconds to go, maybe one more play here for this Upperman offense.
Probably everything we could have asked for in the first half of this one.
Back and forth. We're at 49 combined points. And not 49-0. It's back in. It's an absolute battle tonight here in the Upper Cumberland. Tate Porath brings the play call in. Probably looking at a Bronston Chaffin keeper here, but I've seen crazier things. No help side over with the Bose facing off. Now a safety will go that way towards Fitz. It will just be a handoff up the middle for Phillips, and he is cut down, and that will likely be the final play of this first half with 20 seconds to go and counting. Very conservative for Adam Kane. They wanted to turn it into a 4-quarter fight. It has been a 2-quarter fight, and it looks like they will be content to go in to the halftime locker room down 7. Well, it's been a great first half so far. At the break, it's Alcoa 28, Upperman 21. When we come back, Jacob Benson will lead us through the Happy Heller halftime show. Coverage is presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family, trusted care right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit ChadandAmyCrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down, you'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
This is Mark Randolph with Nelson Trophy Screen Printing, and you're watching the High School Football Game of the Week on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to Billy C. Rogers Stadium. It is halftime here in Baxter, and our score in favor of the Alcoa Tornadoes, 28-21 here in the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. I'm Jacob Vincent, joined by Justin Matheny and Jeremy Tallison here at halftime. 28-21. The Bees were on top, 21-14 with 8:24 to play in the first half. Had the football. Turned it over just past midfield. But, Jeremy, you talked about it there on the broadcast there in the first half. We got the replay. Goose had a great view of it. It was a massive face mask on Carmine Phillips. His head is being turned backwards as the ball gets popped out. Should have been a face mask penalty. Should have been B football. Who knows how the rest of that half would have gone. It wasn't. Alcoa was able to take the football, march down the field, tied up at 21 apiece, and then they're able to get the late score there with 38 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Tornadoes have a 7-point lead here at halftime. When you look at the stats, they're pretty even other than the rushing numbers. Upperman dominating the rushing attack right now, just 22 carries overall for 203 yards. Bronston Chaffin has been really good on the ground, Justin, 14 carries for 124 yards.
Yeah, you know, pregame I said I felt like the team that ran the ball better would win this football game. Upperman is dominating that category. But conversely, Alcoa has 190 in the air to 32 yards in the air for Upperman.
It's Bronson Chaffin. He struggled through the air, 2 for 9 through the air so far. And you kind of mentioned it there. Just seems like the timing isn't quite there. And it was a little bit that way last week as well. 7 for 14 through the air, which for him is not the best number. He's thrown at 65% through the air so far this season, but able to run the football well. Jeremy, this Alcoa team hitting the mouth a little bit to start the game. Obviously, they get that fumble, able to get the football back, and they've played pretty well ever since.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, the difference in the game are the 2 fumbles, the 14 points off of those, because they're trading scores, and you've given Alcoa extra possessions, and one of those you gave them just to score right before the half, and you don't get a possession to try to counter that. And you hit on the running, but with Alcoa's short little dinky, short little passing game, it's an extension of the run. So some of those passing yards, you could almost quote unquote say they're rushing yards, because that's kind of how they're getting the ball 1 or 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Here at halftime in the Happy Healer halftime show in Baxter, 28-21 our score, Alcoa on top. Let's go through some of these individual statistics. We mentioned Bronston Chaffin, 14 carries for 124 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground, averaging 9 yards a carry. Carmine Phillips, just as good. 8 carries, 80 yards, a touchdown on the ground. 10 yards a carry for him. Bronston Chaffin struggling through the air right now. 2 for 9 for completions for just 32 yards and a long pass of 17 to Carmine Phillips. Colton Johnson has the other reception in there. Elijah Fitz, 3 kick returns for 92 yards, has that long return of 53 yards, which set him up deep inside Alcoa territory. On the other side for the Alcoa Tornadoes, not running the football extremely well. Just 11 carries for 33 yards. Micah Jones leads him in rushing, 7 carries for 29 yards. He does have 2 touchdowns on the ground. Obviously, that a big number, and averaging 4.1 yards a carry. But Justin mentioned it. Thomas Manu's been really, really good through the air. 11 for 13 passing for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. Jameer Dean leads him in receiving, 4 catches for 63 yards in a score. Jacoby Cooper has 3 catches for 20 yards, and Thomas Manu has the 1 punt for 44 yards. Janaris Henry has a kick return, a couple of those for 16 yards, a long return of 10 yards. Upperman's leading in the first down category, 10-7. They're leading in the total offensive category with 235 yards of offense. Alcoa's got 223. Penalties becoming big. 7 penalties for Alcoa for 50 yards. Just 1 penalty so far called on the Bees. The Bees are leading in time of possession, 12:48 to 11-12 for Alcoa. Third down conversions, they're 4 or 5. Alcoa is 3 of 4. Both teams have been in the red zone 3 times. Both teams have scored 3 times. Jeremy, you mentioned it. The difference in the game right now are just the 2 turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't even talk about how huge this defensive stand is to start the third quarter. To me, literally, Alcoa goes up 14. I don't know. I don't know if Upperman survives it or not. Upperman gets a stop and puts Alcoa back on their toes. I don't know if they survive. So this first drive is huge.
Well, and Jacob, we're sitting here talking about the first half, and at 8:24, Upperman goes up 21-14, and they had a chance for themselves to go up 14, and then we have the fumble. And Alcoa goes down the field and ties it up. So there's been a couple times where the game's been in the balance for Upperman to really seize the momentum and create some separation, and they've just not been able to do it, putting it on the turf.
It's the Happy Healer halftime show. Alcoa leading 28-21 here in Baxter, round 2 of the 4A playoffs. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll take a check of some scores from around the area on the Turner Roofing scoreboard, and we'll let you know about what's coming up in the second half as well. You're watching Upperman Football, presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why is simple?
Not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brownstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media. Full Throttle Welding are a mobile welding company based in the Upper Cumberland, specializing in helping you with all of your welding and fabrication needs. From farm equipment, rust repair, handrails, trailer hitches, and more, they're the Upper Cumberland's welding experts. Call JT Bowman at 931-265-8620 or Luke Pittman at 931-265-1043 to get a competitive price quote today. Visit Full Throttle Welding on Facebook or Google for more information. Full Throttle Welding is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberland. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee.
The John Deere 5E is built for our way of life, and it's backed by Tri-Green Equipment's tried and true support. So stop by your local Tri-Green Equipment store to take advantage of financing as low as 0% APR this fall. Mowing, cleaning, hauling, whatever is on your to-do list, Tri-Green has a John Deere tractor built to handle it all with ease. Whether you're tending the land or tackling weekend projects, this is a season to get things done. Visit us online at trigreen.com to see how affordable a John Deere tractor can be.
Hey guys, it's Jason Fye, General Manager of the Watson Chevrolet. You're watching the high school football game of the week on the Watson Chevrolet UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to Baxter's. We're here in Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. You're listening to the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. I'm your game day host, Jacob Vincent, joined by Justin Matheny and Jeremy Townsend. Coach Donjan down on the turf right now. Jeremy's got a quick check of the Turner Roofing scoreboard.
Hey, games that affect some of the Upper Cumberland teams. Final from Greenville, 35-0 over White County. Bledsoe County, big win, 21-20 over Happy Valley. Anderson County, 44-14 over Stone Memorial. Halftime, Gordonsville still up 7-6. And Clay County was down 14-0, and they decided to go ahead and get started, and now they're up 44-14. Back to you, Mr. Jacob.
Midway was up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter in that one, and it's now 44-14, and they're close to running
before halftime.
Yeah, before halftime. I mean, they've just gone absolutely ballistic
44
in the second quarter.
Unanswered second quarter.
Justin, you know what I'm really excited for? I'm really excited to hear from Coach Lamb in the Friday night end zone show coming up after the game. Not only to hear what he's got to say about the game, just to talk to him on the end zone show a little bit later.
You know, just in general, I talked to him this afternoon. We texted a little bit, talked 2 or 3 times, and he's got plenty to say, especially after this 44-point second quarter. But he's going to have some opinions about some other stuff going on too. That's for sure.
Make sure you tune in. You can listen to that game right now over on the Dale Hollow Horizon. It's on our Facebook page right now. If you scroll down, we have shared the link to that audio-only broadcast. You can tune into that. They do a great job there.
Great guys.
You can make sure go tune into that. Give them some support as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether it's live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, NFHS Network, 106.1 The Eagle. I think we're live on Spectrum, Hub Plus, wherever you can watch high school football. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Today's broadcast has been presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We appreciate her so much for making this broadcast possible, and will be with Upperman football no matter how far they go in the playoffs. Obviously, starts with a good second half coming up here against Alcoa, down 28-21. Alcoa gets the football first to open up the second half. Have to get a big defensive stop. Justin, what are some more of the keys coming up here in the second half?
I think Upperman, they've got to go back to the drawing board here on defense. They're getting shredded playing this soft shell cover 3. They're giving up the slants. Alcoa's only really tried one pass down the field in the second quarter going towards the scoreboard. That he had time to hang in the pocket and get it thrown, but just them playing that really soft cushion out there, lining up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, it's just easy access throws for Alcoa all day. They've got to go change something up. They've got to do maybe some cloud coverage into the boundary, some cover 2 looks, or they're going to have to man press and dare them to throw it over their head.
Upperman making their way back out on the field. We're going to step aside when we come back. Coach Dodgen had a chance to catch up with Coach Kane. We'll hear from that coming up in just a little bit. You're watching Upperman Football, presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
T-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at tupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media.
Welcome back as the teams have retaken the field and are undergoing the mandatory 3-minute warm-up period on the field. Let's go down to Coach Dodgen, who caught up with both head coaches on their way in and out of the locker rooms.
We'll start with Alcoa on the first. Coach Nix talked about they've just got to continue to be aggressive on the offensive side of the football with their passing game, better protection up front. He thought their offensive line let Upperman get through there a little bit. On the defensive side, he continued to talk about they got to contain number 8. As he said, easier said than done. Flip over to the Upperman side. No surprise. Got to take care of the football, number 1. And number 2, he said their defense has got to be more challenging on the defensive side of the football and throw some different wrinkles at the Alcoa offense. Can't let the quarterback stay comfortable as he did in the first half.
Thanks, Coach. And Justin, if before the game you would have told me Upperman had 2 first-half turnovers and Bronston Chaffin was 2 of 9 through the air, I would have thought it was a running clock at this point. It's a 7-point game, pivotal opening drive. In some ways, Upperman fortunate, though, to only be down 7.
They really are, and that was my thought of how lucky they are just to be down 7. Huge drive out here. But something Coach Johnson said that Coach Kane said, they've got to get up. To me, the DBs, they have to play tighter. They have to challenge these receivers at the line of scrimmage because it's just pitch and catch. They're getting whatever they want. Do they change up some of their shell look? And the other thing is, are they going to start bringing some pressure and trying to heat up Manu?
And what do they do in the kicking game? Because they haven't really kicked an actual onside kick yet, and yet Alcoa is still getting great field position.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they try to, maybe hit a couple bloops in this dead area between the 25 and 35 here. They've not shown that. That may be where I turn to. You're not kicking it deep. We know that. And if you're not going to bloop it, this little middle dribble, you might as well just line up and onside kick the thing.
Final, Red Bank knocks off Gibbs tonight 34-7. So Red Bank hosts the winner of this game next week in the Chattanooga area.
Red Bank's a cool little setup.
It is. Obviously, if Upperman comes back and wins this game, we will be there with him for broadcast coverage. If Alcoa wins, we will not be there next week with broadcast coverage. It's pretty simple.
Go kick rocks.
It's pretty simple. Welcome back, Justin.
It didn't take long.
I asked for you to come.
Yeah, you asked for this.
Left no stone unhinged right there, boys.
We will have broadcast coverage with Coach Dodgen on the air. Basketball starts Tuesday night.
Basketball time, baby.
Of course, we will have a ton of broadcast games throughout the season. Coach, what do you have next week?
We are at Pearl Cone on Thursday, and then Saturday we are in Knoxville. We play Powell and Farragut.
Revenge game for the Warriorettes. Upperman in black, kicking right to left is Austin Roberts. Alcoa in white as Roberts. This is a straight-up onside kick. A very slow roller, trickling, and it didn't get to the line. It's 4 inches away from being the best onside kick of the year, and instead it'll be 1st and 10 Alcoa, as that one did not go 10 yards. That was so close.
I'm not sure what the flag is.
Upperman didn't touch it. Alcoa fell on it, so it shouldn't be a flag.
If you're Alcoa, it's really hard to sit there and let that thing trickle 9 3/4 yards.
And they do pick up the flag. 1st and 10 Alcoa, great field position as they try to become the first team tonight to get a 2-possession lead, and they are dancing on the field right now. It is a bit uncharacteristic, the amount of extracurriculars out of this Alcoa team this year. Justin, you scouted them for a long time. It's just not what you typically see.
That's not a Coach Rankin thing, I can tell you that right now.
They were dancing. 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Thomas Manu, great first half, great season for him. 11 of 13 through the air. Looking to add on here for 190 yards and 2 scores. Jacoby Cooper comes in orbit motion. Snap taken, play fake. Going to fire it back to him. Cooper looking for the edge. He'll be cut down and out of bounds by Elijah Fitz. And a couple of more words exchanged on a gain of 4.
Great pursuit there by the Upperman defense. They line up an unbalance with this receiver to the field over here off the ball. He comes around the whole set in that orbit motion. They get the bubble out to him. Way to string that one out for the Bees.
And by the way, the reason Upperman's not kicking it deep is because they don't have the leg to kick it deep. And it ends up being returned every time to where it's been to. They just don't have an answer right now. 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Thomas Manu. Takes the snap, going to turn and hand off to DeBose. DeBose up the middle, will be wrapped up and dropped by Andrew Bohan. And again, some blocking out of bounds there. It's chippy, but a good pickup on 2nd down for Demario DeBose. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And that's the biggest kind of Achilles heel right now in this game for Upperman outside of the turnovers is the kicking game. You're giving it, they've got picked up 8 yards and they're already close to their 40. You're making it really hard on your defense to get a stop and keep this one a 1-score game.
3rd and 3 here for the Tornadoes. They're on the Upperman 43-yard line. As they break the huddle. Certainly have 2 downs to get it here. The Hive trying to spurn on a defensive stop. 1 punt for Alcoa tonight, no turnovers. Upperman with 2 fumbles, no punts. Manu takes the snap. Here comes pressure off the edge. It's picked up nicely. Wide open is the check down. He makes the catch. It's Jameer Dean. Not sure how he's that wide open, but he is, and it'll move the sticks for the Tornadoes down to the Upperman 32.
Well, no, they lined him up as the number 2 receiver in there to the boundary, and he ran the out with the outside guy running the takeoff. He's their best receiver. He abused the Upperman DB over there, got wide open.
1st and 10 Alcoa as they lead by 7. Opening drive here of the second half. It's Alcoa offense, death by 1,000 paper cuts, right down the field with efficiency. 10 straight 3A championships. First year in 4A for the Tornadoes, trying to show that the classification didn't matter. Trips bunched out to the right, one to the left for Manu. Takes the snap, going to get to the back, flea flicker, looking deep downfield. Hit as he throws. Manu throws it under, and it's incomplete. Jacoby Cooper got free. Block slowed him just a little bit. Pardon me, Schaefer did with a bump, and Manu took a shot. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was number 21 that delivered the hit there for Upperman.
That's Tate Porath off the edge, and he got his money's worth on Manu.
And I think Porath played a pretty good first half on a couple times when they blitzed him. On offense, he kind of plays that tight end H-back as well, has blocked well. He's playing a good game tonight.
Micah Jones in the game for Alcoa. They are in fringe field goal range for the big kicker, Kyron Tyson. To the right, one to the left, but again, they're thinking 7, not 3. Manu takes the snap, looking to throw. Underneath on the slant, little clear out. Receiver Cooper makes the catch, and then he is crunched. Hopefully he's okay. That was a folded up tackle as Porath came in and finished him off after Schaefer wrapped him up. Gain of 5.
He's a little shaken up.
Yeah, that was a
guys.
very awkward haul. Hopefully he's okay, and got folded up on. Honestly, thought it could have been worse with how he got ripped back. And he will go down, which is exactly what you should do here. It'll be 3rd and 5, though, after the break. Hopefully, Jacoby Cooper is having a good game, can bounce back here.
And, Justin, I know you guys talked about it at halftime on the potential face mask that was missed. Talking to a couple people down here that are officials that are not involved in the game, they said that's where they don't like the fact, and, Jeremy, you can allude to this too, that the back, or the one back judge there is in the back. The umpire's in the backfield, and that's a coverage area. And basically, for him, if he was in the secondary there, that he could have picked that up.
Hey, and Coach, you're right, because when you have that umpire in the backfield, you essentially have a hole. If you think about it, where the linebackers are at, you essentially, where he used to be, you have probably a 10 or 15 yard square box that doesn't really have good eyes on it.
Good news, Jacoby Cooper back up on his feet, walking off under his own power, but he does have a limp. Hopefully he's okay. Mentioned in getting NAIA offers. 6'2", 175, having a good game so far. 3rd down and 5, and likely 4-down territory for the Tornadoes if they need it.
Upperman DBs and secondary players, they have to challenge these receivers at the line of scrimmage. They're still playing soft.
Tonrion Brazelton's trying to hype up the Upperman crowd. He's an Alcoa right guard. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. They oblige him. Manu has the snap. Going to give it to the belly of the back. He explodes forward, now pushed backwards, wrapped up and dropped at the 25. Short of the line to gain, it's Colton Johnson with the stuff. 4th and 3, and a humongous play as the offense going to stay out for the Tornadoes. That was DeBose on the carry.
Huge play right here for this Upperman defense. Again, on that 3rd down play, the DBs did not challenge it, ran the ball, they got away with it right there. If I'm Alcoa, I'm running slants until they show me they can stop it.
Scored a touchdown on it. They've converted a lot of 3rd downs on it tonight.
All night.
4th and 3 from the 25, and the Hive rises to their feet. Manu will go empty here. 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Also haven't seen him run a ton this evening. Manu has the snap. Here comes pressure. Fires the check down. Receiver makes the catch, turns upfield, and he's got the 1st down. The quick hitter to Haynes Hawkins, right in the wheelhouse for Alcoa. They're inside the 20, moving it, churning clock away, 9 minutes to go in the 3rd.
No, and that's just a simple stick route to that 3-man side and empty. The inside receiver where they threw it, he has an option to sit it down and run a curl depending on what the DB in his area does, or he can break it out. He broke it out wide open.
And that is a great play in college football 26. A little stick right on 3rd down. Get it out, 1st down. 2 to the right, 1 to the left.
It's just a real easy read for the quarterback.
DeBose in the backfield behind Manu. Takes the snap, turns and hands off. DeBose tries to juke upfield, stutter steps. Carmine Phillips wraps him up. We've got a flag down. I wonder if this is against Upperman. Dean tapping his helmet. It's also in the area of holding.
Maybe we got face mask.
Could have a face mask. Obviously, it's very far away from us here.
Are they saying illegal helmet contact? Is that what Dean's asking for?
They're walking it off. So this is going to be against the Bees. Let's see here. Face mask. Of course, that'll give you a bad taste in your mouth if you're an Upperman fan after what happened earlier. But it'll move them inside the 10. First and goal from the 7 as Alcoa tries to get a 2-score lead.
And to me, if you're Alcoa, you're in 4-down territory. This could put this one out of reach.
Micah Jones in the backfield now with Thomas Manu. Upperman shows a run blitz right up the middle. Jones runs away from it to the right side. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and down inside the 2-yard line. Alcoa wants to go quickly. A couple of Bees, though, are slow to get up on this one. That was a big collision. Bohan, one of them. Back up onto his feet for Upperman. Can't get a look at the number, is Schaefer. They spotted at the 2-yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal.
And football sometimes is a game of play calling, and Upperman ran an inside run blitz, and that hit outside. They just ran where they weren't.
And Alcoa wide receiver is wide open. Manu takes the snap. He's got Jones again, gives it to him. Jones bounces to the left side. He can walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Tornadoes. They take 4.5 minutes off the clock, and for the first time tonight, Alcoa leads by 2 scores. Third rushing touchdown for Micah Jones. This is 5th in the past 2 games here in the postseason. And that was a statement drive. They got great field position, converted an important 4th and 3. A couple of plays later, they're in the end zone. Now Tyson on, and it will be gut check time for the Upperman offense after this. Tyson's been perfect on PATs tonight. Snap is good, hold is down, kick, block, almost got a block on it, but Tyson's kick is good. 7:36 to go in the third quarter. Alcoa leads Upperman 35-21. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's 21 unanswered points for the Alcoa Tornadoes. They lead 35-21 with 7:36 to play here in the third quarter. That drive, 10 plays, 49 yards, and uses 4 minutes and 22 seconds of the clock.
Thanks, Jacob. Elijah Fitz back deep to receive. He's had a couple of opportunities on these low-line drive kicks.
Alcoa's only got 10.
They're looking for an extra person to run onto the field here. 15 on the play clock.
It's a sickening feeling if you're the guy who's supposed to be out there.
Still waiting. Still waiting. 5 seconds. It's going to back him up 5 yards.
I'd have hid too, guys.
Can't burn a timeout here. 1 second, 0 seconds. They'll say he got it away in time. Fitz going to field this one, bobbles it, now picks up at the 3-yard line. Fitz to the 10. Fitz to the 15, Fitz to the 20, Fitz to the 25, reverses field to the 30, Fitz to the 35, Elijah Fitz to the 39-yard line. Big return for number 3 in black and gold. The senior sets him up, and he's a bit slow to get up here. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Should have actually been a penalty there against Alcoa because after the ball's chopped in, no one besides the person that kicks the football can be more than 5 yards away from the football. So with 2 or 3 seconds on the play clock, we've got a kid from Alcoa running 7 or 8, 9 yards behind the ball. Should have been a dead ball foul.
And Elijah Fitz is slow to get up here. He's being stretched out by the trainer, Reagan Lamb. I think this may be cramping potentially, given what it sees. Upperman's offense got to score a touchdown here. That's simple.
Yeah, you don't get points here. This one's going to be out of reach quick.
It's total opposite when you look at the stat sheet. Upperman has 203 yards rushing, just 32 passing. Alcoa has 50 yards rushing, 215 yards passing. But the biggest difference, and it is the difference, 2 fumbles. 2 touchdowns off fumbles for the Bees.
And really, I thought the team who ran the ball better in this game would win. Completely wrong on that, on my assessment for pregame.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Entering the fourth quarter, Gordonsville leads Oneida still just 7-6 tonight at Turney Ford Field.
Wow.
Elijah Fitz back on his feet, walking off under his own power.
Onata's defense must be really good because that is a high-powered Gordonsville offense, and to hold them to 7 points
Especially
in 3 quarters. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, Onata.
Hats off.
Absolutely.
And, guys, they were talking about at halftime that Alcoa's quarterback, and you guys might have this up there with you, going into the Anderson County game, had more touchdown passes
than incompletions.
That's
That is correct.
Unbelievable.
It is correct. Bronston Chaffin leads his troops out. He just has 2 completions tonight. Chaffin takes the snap, play fake, quarterback keeper, and this is well defended, but Chaffin able to make something happen. A couple of yards after contact, it'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and so if you're Alcoa in there at halftime, we talked about what Upperman needed to do to adjust. If you're Alcoa, your adjustment is we got to stop 8. We're going to let other people run the ball. 8's been beating us. Let's not let him beat it. So let's see if Upperman can pick that up and maybe get the ball in the hands of Carmine a little bit here on the edges.
Jack Smith is in the game with Elijah Fitz being tended to, but I believe Fitz is going to get back out there relatively quickly based on what we've seen. Colton Johnson out to the left alongside Smith. Block out to the right. 2nd and 7. The Alcoa band rockings. Chaffin's play fake looking downfield. Here comes pressure. Chaffin weaving through traffic. Jump pass. It's low. That's incomplete as he threw it at the feet of Smith. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. Trying to get the wheel to Colton Johnson, but it was well defended by the Alcoa defense.
It was, and that was his first look. And by the time he came off that read, he had pressure in the backfield. Didn't have a lot of time to do anything. Again, lucky he had a receiver coming back to that ball. That was also close to a grounding call.
Elijah Fitz back on the field and passing tonight for the Bees. 2 of 10 for just 32 yards. That will not get it done against the Tornadoes.
And it's close to 3rd in the game.
It is 3rd and 7, down 14. As time ticks down here, 6:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. That was a long time-consuming touchdown drive for Alcoa, especially considering where it started. Empty set here for Chaffin, 4 on the play clock. As he has the snap, looks left, has to tuck it again. Hit in the backfield, throws it away to Narnia. Incomplete. And it's intentional grounding.
There was nobody over
And
there.
it is disaster time now for the Bees. Alcoa's made the adjustments. Upperman can get nothing working.
They did, and what Alcoa did right there, they ran a sit cover 2 over here to the 3-man side, something they've not really shown much. And then the pass rush there for Alcoa really teed off and pinned them back.
They are getting home. Upperman's creating run lanes in the run game. They are not protecting Bronston Chaffin. He has been under duress. The intentional grounding makes it 4th and Narnia here as Carmine Phillips is the punter, and he will try to kick it away from Jameer Dean, who's back deep to receive this kick, standing on his own 45-yard line. And Alcoa showing like they may send the hounds. They can't get through as Phillips gets the rugby-style kick away. It's a good one. Takes an Upperman hop, but Dean going to field it with room to run. From the 35-yard line, little stutter step. Dean gets hit and will be wrapped up and dropped down. Andrew Bohan flying down the field. Kobe Justice in there as well. 1st and 10 Alcoa upcoming as they try to potentially ice this game away with a 14-point lead. And this, guys, will be their 2nd worst starting field position of the game.
That's a great spot to be in, being at the minus 36 here. But again, coming for the Bees defense here, you got to get up and challenge these receivers, see if they can hit one over your head, because they are torching you underneath.
They're just so efficient.
Yep. And he is surgical throwing that one.
Yeah, Manu came in, sat a year last year, learned a lot from their starting quarterback that obviously won a state championship because their last 10 have. And now he has entered. He's a different style of player, but he is very, very good. 1st and 10 Alcoa. Manu takes the snap, puts it in the belly. Jones breaks 1 tackle, and then the cavalry arrives. Bohan in there. Parker Cox in there defensively, but picking his way for about 5 yards is Micah Jones, and now he's down, and he's getting stretched out. So maybe the cramp bug on both teams, which is weird because it's perfect weather outside tonight.
It is, but it's a little warmer later than it usually is, so maybe that's having something to do with it.
Hey, you can join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show presented by the Real Estate Collective. Jacob and myself will recap this game and the 4 other games involving Upper Cumberland teams. Tomorrow, if you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle, you'll hear me again from Lexington, Kentucky, as the undefeated Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles take on Kentucky. Temper your expectations. but it's going to be fun from Kroger Field. I'll be on the sideline.
Dodging's
Coach
thrilled
Harrell.
Kentucky may get a win.
Hey, listen now. Noah, go take a visit to the illustrious Rupp Arena now.
I will be there.
And look at all those national championship banners.
Thanks.
No, if you need to go use the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Go let it
I
rip.
will be at Rupp Arena the day before Thanksgiving because the Golden Eagles will be playing against Kentucky.
But 1 week from tomorrow.
And I'm going to be there with you.
1 week from tomorrow, everybody
better be in Cookeville.
Battle for the OVC title as Tech welcomes in UT Martin. I don't care what happens tomorrow. Tech loses by 40. It doesn't matter. Show up next week and be loud.
Hey, Kentucky just needs one more win to get bowl eligible.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Gordonsville has struck. They lead Oneida now 14-6 early fourth quarter. Jones walked off under his own power. They'll get DeBose back in there. 2nd and 5 upcoming here for the Tornadoes, leading by 14. Time ticks down here, middle third. Manu takes the snap, and a give on the stretch play to Bose. He breaks one tackle, wrapped up and down. Israel Alvarez with the tackle for loss. It's a loss of a couple. It's the third TFL for Alvarez, 3rd and 7 for the B defense.
But really, that play was made by Colby Justice right there. Coming from his linebacker spot, he blew that thing up, making the running back cut inside for nowhere to go. Really great play pulling his trigger.
3rd and 7 here. DeBose stays in the backfield with Manu. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Manu takes the snap. Pressure off the edge. Picked up nicely. Manu fires down the seam. Receivers open, bobbles, and makes the catch. A nice adjustment made on the outside. Getting in is Landon Love, and the junior moves the sticks. The Upperman fans want to hold. They don't get it. Alcoa, 1st and 10.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, I also felt like the tailback was leaning quite a bit forward before the snap. A couple of things on that play.
Just watching the pass routes here to the top side of the screen. Upperman's just scrambling when they're running the routes, and the receivers are running crisp, clean routes and sit down in the zone.
Yeah, Alcoa's got to be torn because you want to run the football, but throwing it's so easy for him right now. Little hard count. Upperman doesn't break the neutral zone, so it stays 1st and 10. 10 on the play clock for Thomas Manu. Another good throw for him. It was bobbled but caught by the receiver Love. Manu takes the snap. Going to give to DeBose again. DeBose with a quick burst. He'll be wrapped up and taken down. Carmine Phillips first one in. Get him about 3.5 yards.
And the difference between DeBose and Jones, when DeBose is running, he's just a smaller stature. But I know he picked up 5 right there, but Jones is falling forward and breaking arms tackles. DeBose is really having to fight for everything.
Square One Gutters and Roofing has been proudly serving the Upper Cumberland for over 30 years. Their business focuses on quality service and workmanship for all your gutter, roofing, and siding needs. Call 931-510-8680 for a free, no-obligation quote today. Square One Gutters and Roofing is proudly family-owned and operated right here in the Upper Cumberland. 2nd and 6, Alcoa working left to right. Manu takes the snap, play fake, drops back. Here comes pressure again, looking for the shot, deep downfield. Has a man caught. Jameer Dean steps out of bounds. He got a step and a perfect throw by the junior quarterback.
And they're just really toying with the Upperman secondary now. I've been calling them to play up, play a little tighter coverage, and they do it, and they get over the top of their head. When they're playing off, they're hitting everything underneath.
And Fitz is really struggling with the cramps. He needs to go down here for the Bees as he tries to work it out. What a throw to Dean. And Alcoa threatening to take a stranglehold on this game. 3:36 to go. It's 35-21.
They need a play. They've got to find a way to create a turnover here, get the ball out, get an interception. They've got to do something.
We're going to have a whistle and a stoppage. A timeout called by Alcoa. With 3:36 to go. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is located at 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B. It's the area's best selection of sports and Pokemon cards, boxes, and much more. Stop in, see their selection tomorrow. Tell us that, or tell them that we sent you. We appreciate 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles sponsorship on today's game. If you like the camera work, you can have that at your event, at your wedding, in your engagement, at literally anything. Your family photos taken from Madison
Birthday
McKay.
parties?
Absolutely, from Madison McKay Photography. Visit Madison McKay Photography on social media to see the lovely Madison McKay's work. Book her tonight. Send her a message right now. She'll get to it later. I can promise you that. Go and check out her work. You're going to be flabbergasted. Great prices as well. Have your moments captured forever as Fitz goes down, but now got stretched out during that timeout. He's back up onto his feet. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line after a great throw from Manu to Jameer Dean.
And he is probably better than advertised. I've been
He's
super
good.
blown away.
I mean, I don't know what these recruiting services are doing. That's not a 3 or 4 star. I don't know what you're looking at. I mean,
he's probably
tremendous.
5'7". That's probably his
that's definitely not correct. He's 6'3".
Manu?
Jameer Dean. Oh, you're talking about Manu.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm talking about
Manu. Manu takes the snap, gives to Jones around left side. Micah Jones dives forward past the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
Yeah, Manu weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, he
he's
runs
got
what
a
they
great
run.
arm.
He can sling. He's the most accurate quarterback I have seen in a long time.
He really reminds me of Trey Lamb. Trey Lamb was about that size, and he dealt that pill, and that is what he's doing tonight.
I don't think he's missed a throw. There are what?
2
3 incompletions? Yeah. It's been
I don't remember
surgical. 1 receiver each way for Manu. Takes the snap. Going to give to Jones again. Jones this time hitting the backfield, wrapped up and dropped. Taken down. A nice open field tackle made for the Bees up front as that's Noah Tarver. 3rd and goal from back at the 6-yard line. Loss of 1.
And going into halftime, we were saying they were really grinding for 7. A field goal here makes this one a 3-score game.
Our presenting sponsor tonight is Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line here for Thomas Manu and company. Manu takes the snap. Play fake. Going to roll to his right. Eyes downfield. Into the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown Alcoa. Haynes Hawkins for the 2nd time. Complete busted coverage. Nobody within 20 yards of the sophomore wide receiver.
Well, and what happened there, they ran a switch release with the inside and outside receiver, and the 2 Upperman DBs, they did not pass it off well. They both went with the inside receiver, leaving Hawkins wide open on the outside by himself.
There was nobody anywhere in the area code of Haynes Hawkins. That's the easiest touchdown that Thomas Manu will have this season, and Alcoa threatening to run away with this thing now here on the road. 2:19 to go. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 42-21, Upperman's offense with their backs completely against the wall. When we come back, coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture and Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Alcoa took Upperman's perhaps best shot, and they have answered in dominant fashion. 42-21 here on the road. Last gasp for the Bees upcoming here. They did trail huge against Beach, cut it back to 1 score before losing by a couple. This is not that team. Alcoa starting to feel it on the road tonight here in Baxter. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generation Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay. It's Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Coach Dodgett on the sidelines. Jacob Bitson's our game day host. Kyron Tyson on to kick this one away. As he checks both directions, we'll jog up, see what he does this time. And he says enough of those low-line drives, just bombs it into the end zone. Carmine Phillips with Elijah Fitz a little bit hobbled back deep to receive that kick. 1st and 10, Upperman from their own 20-yard line.
You said it kind of last gasp here. Upperman's got to do something. They've taken away Bronson's run game. See, Carmine Phillips was rolling early. He looks a little nicked up. It's been a physical game tonight, a lot of hard hitting. Got to find something.
2:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Upperman's run 3 offensive plays, and then they punted. So barely had the ball. Alcoa been methodical on offense. 2 to the left, make it 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Chaffin all alone in the backfield. 3 down front for the Tornadoes. Chaffin takes the snap, drops back. Quick hitter, caught by Carmine Phillips. He weaves upfield. He'll be taken down at about the 27-yard line. Gain of 7, and that's what Upperman has not had tonight. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and now if you're Alcoa, you've got to be thrilled to see Upperman lining up and pass game because it's just really been a struggle, and they've really hurt you running the ball. They're playing. You have dictated to them now what they have to do on offense.
Alcoa, 51 consecutive postseason wins. I don't care the class. It's unbelievable to win that. Did not have a slip-up. They've won 31 by 19-plus in a row. Snap taken, little pump and go, but Chaffin has to go. Now he will just jump past deep downfield. Phillips leaps up, makes the catch, and he's gone! Touchdown, Upperman! Carmine Phillips says, give me that! And the Bees get a big answer back to a 2-score game.
And guys, whoever the DB was there for Alcoa, he's hurt bad.
Yeah,
it's a bad injury.
That was Micah Jones. He ripped the ball away from him. I don't know what happened there after that.
Carmine Phillips goes up, gets the ball away, a jump pass from Chaffin, and now hopefully Jones is okay. We won't speculate at all, but he is down. The trainer's right out to him immediately. This is a great player. He turned around and made a play on the ball. He's having a huge game. It was a tremendous catch by Carmine Phillips. Upperman's still alive, but now the attention on Micah Jones. Hopefully he's okay down there. We won't speculate again at all. As a great training staff, Alcoa, you're going to get the theme. They're really good at a lot of stuff, is out there tending to him.
They're looking in the shoulder area. Guys.
Yeah, hopefully he is okay as he's now being helped back up to a seated position. On the play, though, Justin, now all of a sudden, just the fourth completion of the game, quick score, Upperman had to have it.
They had to have a score no matter how it came, but the quick variety is definitely what you're looking for. Can they get a stop, though?
And thankfully, Jones is back on his feet, walking off under his own power. Coach Nix applauding, trying to hype up his team a little bit. It is a Legacy House touchdown for the Bees as Bronston Chaffin uncorks one deep to Carmine Phillips. A 72-yard touchdown and 1:31 to go. Upperman's not dead yet. Roberts to kick it, and now all these short kicks are probably about to turn into legit onside kicks for the Bees.
You got to.
Have to. Roberts. Hold is down from block. It's a good job grabbing an awkward snap. And the kick is good. 91 seconds to go in the third quarter. 42-28. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Upperman gets a much-needed answer, but is it too little, too late? 91 seconds to go in the third quarter. Carmine Phillips with the head tap. 42-28, and now I think everybody and their mom expects an onside kick from Austin Roberts.
Yeah, they've been doing the middle dribble and all kinds of different squibs here. Might as well just try to go get one.
Score updates, running clock in Salina. Clay County with 44 unanswered. They lead midway 44-14. Gordonsville with 2 scores in the fourth quarter. They lead 21-6 on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Roberts to kick this one. They have not tried a deep one today. Upperman trying to inject some life.
And Alcoa now has their hands team out there ready for it.
Roberts, he's going to line drive kick this one. Fielded at about the 34-yard line. Flag is down as the coverage team gets to him immediately, puts him down to the 34. I wonder who this is on, though. We can't see it this far away.
There's not a lot.
It's an odd, unless he called for a fair catch.
Sideline warning potentially. It could be a sideline warning. It is a sideline warning because it was dropped right on the sideline. So the next one would be yardage. And Alcoa has their second worst starting field position of the game back on the 34. What Andrew Bohan, guys? A defensive lineman. He's had 3 tackles in kick coverage today. 1st and 10. Alcoa leads by 14 on the road. 1:27 to go in the third quarter. Thomas Manu has been every bit as good as advertised as he will go empty here. Trips to the right, one to the left. Elijah Fitz is on the field here for the Bees. Manu takes the shotgun snap, drops back. Here comes pressure, fires the screen underneath. Catch and run for DeBose. He's wrapped up and dives forward. Gain of about 8. They've gone to that play pretty routinely. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And they are just a step ahead or a play ahead of Upperman on defense. Every time Upperman brings a little pressure, they're calling the perfect play right into it. They're just in a really good rhythm now. Upperman has no answers on the defensive side of the ball.
2nd and 2.
Alcoa's got 42 different ways to throw the ball 2 yards.
Yeah, it's incredible. Upperman shows pressure again. As Tarver. And now we have a flag, and this is going to be on the sideline because one of the coaches, and I think it may have been either Coach Nix or the DC, went running at the ref. They just had a sideline warning. This may be a 15-yard penalty. It's another sideline warning. Jeremy,
It has to be a 5-yard penalty.
5 yards.
At
okay.
minimum, yeah.
So they didn't call personal
it
foul.
escalates.
They call another sideline warning, not a personal foul.
Yep.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 here for the Tornadoes.
And you were right. One of the coaches ran straight at the official. You know, I've learned that in my years of coaching. That does not work out well for you.
Especially if it's an assistant coach.
2nd down and 7. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Manu has a shotgun snap. Going to give to DeBose. Over left side, he barrels forward. A nice run for Damari DeBose, opened up by that left side of the offensive line for Alcoa. Could be the final play of the 3rd quarter as they move the chains to the 45.
Also here, I had talked about DeBose having a harder time getting it going between the tackles. This Alcoa offensive line is starting to lean and starting to move this Upperman front. Those guys look a little tired up there, a lot of hands on the hips.
10 seconds to go, and it does look like Alcoa is content to take this into the 4th quarter. Upperman with a little life, but Alcoa in control. After 3, it's Tornadoes 42, Bees 28. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberland. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee.
The John Deere 5E is built for our way of life, and it's backed by Tri-Green Equipment's tried and true support. So stop by your local Tri-Green Equipment store to take advantage of financing as low as 0% APR this fall.
(42-28) here in Baxter. Upperman trailing Alcoa. Upperman looking for a turnover. Elsewhere on the Turner Roofing scoreboard, Clay County leading Midway 44-14. 8:07 remaining in the 4th quarter. Gordonsville on top of Oneida 21-6.
1st and 10 Alcoa, working right to left if you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle tonight. From the 45-yard line, Upperman trail by 21. They get a 74-yard touchdown from Romden Jeff into Carmine Phillips, but still find themselves in a big hole, and Alcoa has been so good on offense this entire season. Tonight continues. Manu, plenty of time, drops back, looks, here comes pressure in his face, steps up in the pocket. Manu looking to escape, breaks one tackle, and slides down. Wise beyond his junior years with only 11 varsity starts. Thomas Manu makes it look simple, 3rd down and 5. You know what he reminds me of? Kekoa Vesperis for Tennessee Tech. Similar size, he's a couple of inches shorter, but able to use his legs and lethally accurate with the football.
And Kekoa led the nation last year in completion percentage, and this guy at one point in the season had more touchdown passes than incompletion.
Now, Kekoa has gigantic hands. It'll be interesting to see if Manu has that going for him at the next level. Snap, take it, hand up to DeBose. Big hole up the middle, and he explodes through it for another 1st down on 2nd and 5. Alcoa moves it into Upperman territory again.
And this is a recipe for disaster for that Upperman defense. They're tired, they're worn out, and they're starting to get a really big push from that offensive line. They're going to be able to salt this one away unless they can get a turnover, rip one of these out.
And that right side of the line, guys, they've done a great job all night for the Alcoa offense.
Something to watch here for Alcoa. That left tackle, Marley Watts, a little bit of a limp. They've been running to the right and up the middle behind this big offensive front. 1st and 10 Alcoa, up by 2 scores here on the road in the 4th quarter. Just getting things underway in quarter number 4. Manu takes the snap, going to give it to DeBose. DeBose looks to bounce it around the route side, and it'll be cut down, but right on schedule after a gain of 5. Looks like Carmine Phillips with the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And now if you're Alcoa, you're just now that you're having success in the run game, you're going to lean on this, and you're going to snap this one under 7-8 seconds every time on the play clock.
If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, and yes, we see the insanity in the YouTube chat. YouTube makes it very difficult to moderate the chat, so you can just turn it off if you don't want to see it. It's children being children, nothing you can do about it. Two to the left, one to the right. As Manu takes the snap, play fake, drops back to pass. Has all day, fires underneath. Receiver is wide open. Catch made by Hawkins again. He has 3 touchdowns, and now he has a first and goal for the Tornadoes.
Well, and Hawkins there, he runs all the way across the field from one side to the other. You said it. Manu had all day to sit in there and rip it, hit him right between the 1 and the 0. Gave him a chance to get upfield and pick up yards after the catch.
I mean, Manu could have built a campfire, sung a couple of songs, made a
Cooked
couple of
some
s'mores.
eggs,
There
yeah.
was nobody even sniffing pressure of him.
And guys, he's so comfortable in the pocket. I mean, just no panic at all.
First and goal from the 10 as Alcoa looks for the kill shot. Under 10 minutes to play now in regulation. 1 to the right for Manu. He's got DeBose behind him in the backfield. I've not seen Micah Jones since getting banged up on the touchdown. Little bit of a botched handoff, but Manu able to possess. Now DeBose wiggles back to the inside where he'll be wrapped up and dropped down at about the 6, second and goal.
Got to be finding a way for Upperman, if you're able to get your hands on DeBose, to hold him up and let the cavalry come and strip one.
So impressive the way Alcoa plays offense. Really just the one super explosive Jameer Dean on their last drive.
Right.
And most teams can't play this way because they'll make a mistake, right? They won't run the right route. They do not make those
They
mistakes.
are content going 10 or 15 plays down the field and just telling you there's not a lot you can do about it.
Second and goal from the 6-yard line here. Manu in the go. 2 turnovers for the Bees loom large right now. Alcoa hasn't even sniffed a turnover. Manu, quarterback keeper around the right side, tries to stretch and just slides down. A little bit of a late decision to slide, so there was a collision there. Third and goal from the 5-yard line. Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Midway gets it a little bit closer, but Clay County still leads 44-21.
And they're still attending to Jones, on the sidelines over on the Alcoa sideline.
And that's pivotal. If Alcoa does hold on to win this game, they need him moving forward. Probably not next week. Whoever wins this game is going to be a big favorite next week on the road, but certainly against the Greenville or Anderson County in the semifinals. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. That's the matchup next week to watch. Greenville AC. Handoff to DeBose over to right guard. DeBose forward, popped into the end zone. Touchdown, Alcoa. Damari DeBose, methodical, right down the field. Alcoa back in front by 20.
And at this point in the game, Upperman's in real trouble with running out of time and possessions to catch up in this one.
That is 3 touchdowns for Micah Jones tonight. First touchdown for Damari DeBose. And now Adam Kane is on the field livid about something, and a flag is down, and this is going to be on the head coach for the Bees. A sideline warning against them. Not sure what the issue is. Go ahead, Coach.
The celebration after the touchdown, the offensive line was in the end zone celebrating towards the Upperman fans down on the goal line.
We were looking down at the stat sheet. Thank you, Coach. That's why he's here tonight, doing a great job on the sidelines. Tyson on to kick the extra point. And now we have a whistle. Not quite sure what this one's for.
Jeremy, there's a lot to watch here as this game ends, especially for Alcoa going to play next week.
Yeah, absolutely. You do anything crazy, you're out.
Yep.
A couple weeks.
And that's where you got to think the experience of Alcoa in the playoffs. At some point, your coaching staff's got to step in there too.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Alcoa entered the game averaging 47.5 points. They've passed that here on the road. It's 49-28. Back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Full Throttle Welding are a mobile welding company based in the Upper Cumberland, specializing in helping you with all of your welding and fabrication needs. From farm equipment, rust repair, handrails, trailer hitches, and more, they're the Upper Cumberland's welding experts. Call JT Bowman at 931-265-8620 or Luke Pittman at 931-265-1043 to get a competitive price quote today. Visit Full Throttle Welding on Facebook or Google for more information. Full Throttle Welding is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It is a final on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Gordonsville 21, Oneida 6. Next week's high school football game of the week, Marion County hosting Gordonsville in a big 2A quarterfinal matchup. A little bit of a road trip for the UCR boys. That is unless Upperman pulls off a miracle, and it would be the biggest miracle since Bethlehem if they pull this one off. His kick is away. Carmine Phillips fields it on the 1-yard line, and he'll bring it out to the 5. Phillips tries to cut up at the 10. Phillips at the 15. Phillips is still on his feet at the 20. Phillips at the 25. Phillips at the 30. 35-40. Carmine Phillips, 45-50, and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. The senior trying to extend his season. Carmine Phillips gets down to the 43. Time, the worst enemy of the Bees, down 21 with 8:14 to go.
And though you talked about him being the only 4-year starter out here, he's leaving it all on the field. You know, it's going to be his last game of his high school career. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching this group of seniors out here, that's for sure.
Well, and I can see how it's going in the comments, by the way, unfortunately, on Facebook and YouTube. So Facebook in particular, if you comment something dumb and it's not deleted by the time I get home, you're getting blocked. And you'll never be able to comment again. So
and that's
keep
a
yourselves in line.
Touchdown saving, tackle there by the kicker. You got to give kickers credit too sometimes.
Correct.
Guys.
And Madison makes a good point. You won't be able to comment or watch. 2 to the right for Chaffin. Takes the snap, tosses it out. Halfback pass. Phillips hitting the backfield, and it'll be thrown out of bounds. Trying to go to the trick ploy. Gunner Block has 3 Alcoa Tornadoes with him. Absolutely no chance. It'll be 2nd and 16.
Yeah.
And now we have a flag.
We got a flag down here in the secondary.
And it's trash talk. This could be against Alcoa.
I'm pretty sure it's on number 4 over here, guys.
Yeah, there was a lot of talking, and Jamarius Abuhainia was, I apologize for mispronouncing his last name, but
it's
whole
that's
lot of
going to be,
conversations.
remember, if that's a dead ball, you're going to count the play. It looks like about a 6 or 7 yard loss, so still be 2nd down, but 2nd down is short.
Taunting. 2nd taunting penalty of the game against Alcoa. So they'll mark it off, and the official points 1st down.
That's not a 1st down.
It should not be. It should be about 1st and.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Or 2nd and 1, right? Or 2nd
Correct.
and 2. So we'll see.
And Jeremy, this is what you alluded to in the first half. Now, if you're Alcoa, you got to be careful because you can't get another one, and it's not stopped. It's something that's continued from the opening kick until now.
It will be 2nd and 2 from the 35. 8:06 to go. In regulation tonight, Alcoa leads 49-28 here on the road. Difference in the game, 14 points off turnovers, not a hint of a turnover for Alcoa offensively. Chaffin in the gun, takes the snap, gives to Carmine Phillips. Phillips has the 1st down as he's cut down at about the 30. It'll be a Gary Maxwell Insurance and Baxter Pharmacy 1st down. More extracurriculars down there on the field. And if you're Alcoa, you got to be very careful here. You cannot get thrown out of this game and risk moving forward your availability.
And if I remember correctly, guys, number 42, who was in the scuffle, already has 1 unsportsmanlike penalty that he got there early in the first quarter.
That's huge.
1st and 10 from the 31. Block and Fitz go out wide to the left. Clock ticking away now. 7:37 and counting to go. Chaffin takes the snap. Play fake. Drops back. Looking left. Fires it to Block. Gunner Block for the first time tonight makes the reception. Believe it'll be enough. It is for Baxter Pharmacy and Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down right to the 20.5-yard line. Make it the 21.
Tight end wing set here out of the Upperman offense. A Max Pro with a little play action pass. They run a takeoff with a deep out. Really, that may be Bronson's best ball tonight.
1st and 10. Bronsden Chaffin in his career 34-4 in 3 seasons as the starting quarterback for the Bees. He's going to go play at Georgia State. 3-star commit. 2 to the right for him here as Carmine Phillips is in the gun. Chaffin takes snap, play fake. Pressure in his face. He fires it, looking, and it's intercepted. Picked off. Read the entire way. Only 1 man to beat to the 45-40. 35-30. It's DeBose again, and it'll be cut down. This game is over. Chaffin with the tackle. DeBose read it perfectly out of the secondary as they were looking for Carmine Phillips.
And they were. They tried to run the play-action wheel with him out of the backfield. He had pressure in his face. If he was able to get a little more air on it, it would have went right over DeBose's head, and Carmine was going to walk in. That being said, he had to throw off his back foot, short-armed it, pick going the other way.
And now the only question is, what will the final be, as Alcoa has a chance to put a 50-burger on the board here on the road. This 4A bracket is insane.
Especially on the east side.
Greenville and Anderson County next week. Alcoa will be a heavy favorite. Anderson County already beat Alcoa. Greenville is a monster. Unbelievable.
And guys, I really feel like Alcoa was called over the sidelines by their head coach right there because it was getting a little chippy right there on the exchange.
Yeah, and Coach Nix knows they've got bigger things to worry about now as they've begun to handle their business on the road. Manu sends 2 out to the left, 1 to the right, 1st and 10, Alcoa from the 24-yard line. Snap taken for Manu. Gives to the belly. New back in for the first time. Gets around the edge. Stutter steps, able to keep his balance is Brody King. That's a freshman at 5'9", 155 on a gain of 7.
And you see now, later in the game, with how it is, they're getting some other guys in there, making sure nothing crazy goes on, and just want to get out of here. A great hard-fought win by Alcoa. Great first half for Upperman, and just couldn't hang. They're 10-time defending state champs for a reason, and we saw it tonight.
2nd down and 3 here, no question about it. Manu takes the snap, gives again. The freshman looking for the edge. He'll be wrapped up and dropped down. It may not be remembered in the grand scheme of this game. Carmine Phillips has been great tonight for Upperman.
I mean, probably his best game as a B. And what he's done, opening play of the game, the opening drive was the Carmine drive.
The last week was pretty good too, though, with 5 touchdowns.
But against the competition,
correct.
Know what I'm
No, you're
like
right. Absolutely.
He came to play tonight, and so did DeBronson and some of these other seniors as well.
Turned the heat up in the playoffs, didn't he?
They did.
3rd and 1. And looks like Jones is back in the game. That's a good sign for Alcoa. He'll get the handoff here. Gets behind the blockers and then will be dropped fairly quickly at about the 12-yard line.
And
Andrew Bohan again on the stop.
I'm never going to second guess a guy that's won a lot of state championships, but if I've got one of my best running backs banged up, he's not coming back out on the field with 5 minutes to go.
And that was my question. What do you have to gain? He just ran that super tentative. Keep him healthy. Again, he's won more state titles than I will. So,
and I think we have a stoppage here. They're wondering about if they should measure this or not.
The answer's no.
But they're going to, it appears. Clock burned out about 20 extra seconds, which isn't a problem at this point in a 21-point game. And now, after saying they point a first down. First down for Alcoa in the Upperman red zone.
They got the replay assist or the whatever the NFL is
yeah, Jeremy told him it was a first down.
First down. Here we go.
Jones in the backfield with Madu. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Oh, the train horns. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. My cover photo on Facebook is band train horns.
That's an honor for you.
Oh, snap taken. Manu going to give to Jones. Up the middle, Jones wrapped up. You do have to give credit to this. Upperman's played hard tonight. They made a couple of big mistakes, and you cannot do that against a great football team. But they have not folded even here with the game no longer in doubt against a big physical line and running back.
And Justin, you talked about it just a few minutes ago. The east side of this bracket is unbelievable with talent, teams, coaches. Throw it all out there. The east side, if you survive, you've ran the gauntlet.
And the beneficiary is going to be Pearl Coner Springfield, who only has to play really one difficult game, and then we'll face an Alcoa Greenville Anderson County who's been through 3 wars just to get there. Snap taken, handoff to Jones. Jones slides steps inside the 5. Spot him down right at the 5. 4th and short upcoming here with 3:24 to go. Once again, this is the high school playoff game of the week. Those are always presented by Mayberry's Furniture. And Upperman football in the postseason presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. We had 35 total businesses advertising on tonight's game. So appreciate that, making it possible, because we rolled in here, I think it was 7 or 8 total people affiliated with UCR tonight. Jacob would know better than I would. Only because of the sponsors. We appreciate them.
When I brought old JoJo Matheny along with me, not to do anything, but just to hang out in the press box and kind of get in my way.
Oh, I had a lot of people. They were like, can I come? Can I come? I was like, listen, not that much room. 3rd down and 2 upcoming here. Manu takes the snap, going to give to Jones. Jones bounces it around. He's hit, throws off a man, but then will be dumped out of bounds, short of the line to gain. Ferocious stiff arm on the outside, but it will be 4th and short here for Alcoa. And now we have another.
Looks like a little scuffle over there.
I think it's Bohan who had gotten tied up out of bounds. Everybody's okay. 4th down and 3 here for Alcoa. Time ticking away in the 4th.
And really the alarming thing popping off to me tonight was just how efficient Alcoa was passing the ball. Upperman just never had an answer, but it was surgery. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a high school game.
They run what they run at an elite level.
And they take exactly what you give them. And if you change it up just a little bit, they take it from a little bit different area.
They move the spot a little bit there, so it's going to be 4th and 1. Alcoa looks content to run this play clock all the way down and maybe burn a timeout. We're to 1:40 to go. Upperman down 21, has no interest in extending this game. Adam Kane hanging on to his timeouts as well.
And the offensive line from Alcoa shooting jump shots.
Well, no, we didn't get to mention this, but we have an opportunity now. There is a great opportunity. Now Alcoa bumps up in basketball to 3A. Two-time state champion. They fell in the state championship game to Loretto last year. Obviously, this boys basketball team led by the unquestioned best player in the state, Ty Cobb. These two teams share a sub-state matchup.
Correct.
Now, both teams are heavily favored to win their respective regions, Coach. But we could see some of these players meet each other in a place known as the Glass House in a few months.
They won't meet at the Glass House if somebody loses a region championship
You're
game.
exactly right.
They could meet in Baxter or they could meet in Alcoa with a lot of implications on the game, and don't think people don't remember things that go on outside of a game.
Final score, Clay County 52, Midway 21. Upperman will be in basketball action on Thursday night. They welcome in Van Buren County. That girls' game will be awesome.
Did you guys say that Bruce Lamb was calling in tonight?
Oh, Bruce Lamb is certainly calling in tonight, Coach Dodgen. Two Upper Cumberland teams advance, Clay County and Gordonsville, and I cannot wait to talk to Bruce Lamb.
Noah, did you say that Bronson is early enrolling at Georgia State?
That he has said that is the case. So he will not be playing basketball. Colton Johnson certainly will be, though. And Ty Cobb will be. 4th and a yard here. Manu all alone in the backfield, takes the snap, drops back, fires the screen right side. Be hit and taken down at about the 1. Again, Upperman not burning timeouts. That's a first down conversion. We'll see. Alcoa can punch it in. They can kneel it out, whichever way they want to go with it here. If you're Coach Nix, to avoid any taunting,
you hope you kneel it out.
You probably kneel it out just because it's been so chippy. But you know what I always say, Justin? You don't like it, stop it. And Jeremy, you can attest to seeing that in action on when I'm coaching. If you don't like it,
you live and die by that.
You don't like it, stop it.
I agree.
And by the way, you won't hear me complain if you do it to my team either. If I'm coaching and you run it up on me, we got to stop it. And Jeremy will try. 1st and goal upcoming here. Not a victory formation. Manu got to boast with him, and it will be a kneel down. Total class there. Despite the chippiness of the game, two great head coaches going at it. Alcoa will have to kneel it one more time, potentially. No, they hold the play clock off, and that will do it tonight in a 4A showdown. A matchup many people thought would be a semifinal happens a couple of weeks early, but it's the Alcoa Tornadoes coming on the road and getting it done again. Their postseason win streak rolls to 52 consecutive games. Final score tonight from Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Alcoa 49, Upperman 28. When we come back, we'll have the White Coat Realtors post-game show. I'll give the headset back to my partner in crime and broadcasting, Jacob Benson. He'll take us home with post-game stats thanks to the great Jeff P.D. Goolsby. That is just around the corner. Once again, final score tonight from Baxter. Alcoa 49, Upperman 28. The Tornadoes advance in the postseason.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brownstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Full Throttle Welding are a mobile welding company based in the Upper Cumberland, specializing in helping you with all of your welding and fabrication needs. From farm equipment, rust repair, handrails, trailer hitches, and more, they're the Upper Cumberland's welding experts. Call JT Bowman at 931-265-8620 or Luke Pittman at 931-265-1043 to get a competitive price quote today. Visit Full Throttle Welding on Facebook or Google for more information. Full Throttle Welding is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Welcome back to Upperman as we welcome you into the post-game show. Final score tonight, 49-28. Upperman falls to the visiting Alcoa Tornadoes, and it was a dominant second half for this Alcoa team at halftime. At halftime, it was 28-21. Upperman only able to get the one score in that second half. Offensively, could not get it going, couldn't get the timely stops that they needed, and it was all Tornadoes in that second half.
Yeah, it really was. In the first half, everything was pretty even. The difference in the first half was 2 Upperman turnovers that led to 14 points there for Alcoa. In the second half, we really saw Alcoa flex those muscles and really constrict and put their hold on this game and run away with it here.
Yeah, and my thought, it just seemed like the depth and players only going one way instead of having to go both ways, I think just leaned on Upperman a little bit and created just a tough matchup for Upperman.
This is the Weichert Realtors post-game show. We appreciate you tuning in for the broadcast tonight. Let's take you through some of these final stats. Total offensive stats for Alcoa. I mentioned dominating in that second half. They finished with 421 yards of total offense to Upperman's 325 as they had 4 more first downs, 17-13 as well. Some good individual stats for both sides. First for Alcoa, Micah Jones, 16 carries, 54 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. And Damari DuBois had 12 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Thomas Manu was incredible through the air. 21 for 24, 312 yards and 3 touchdowns passing tonight. Jameer Dean had a huge day receiving. 6 catches, 111 yards and 1 touchdown. Haynes Hawkins had 4 catches for 64 yards and a couple of scores. Jacoby Cooper, 5 catches for 28 yards. Damari DuBois, 3 catches for 44 yards. For the Upperman Beats, Bronston Chaffin ran it 15 times for 127 yards and 2 scores. Carmine Phillips, 10 carries, 76 yards and 1 touchdown. Chaffin through the air, 5 for 15, 122 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Carmine Phillips, 3 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Colton Johnson and Gunnar Block each had a catch in this football game.
Jacob, something that just jumped off the page to me here when you were reading those final game stats. At halftime, Bronson had 125 yards rushing. Wow. He finished the game with 127. That's something that Coach Nix talked about at halftime. They got to contain 8. They figured it out at halftime, how to keep him from getting off. Upperman was not able to figure anything out in the second half against that pass game.
Jeremy, Thomas Manu was tremendous in this football game. He carried it a few times for 7 yards in the contest, but throwing the ball 21 times, 21 completions for 312 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, I mean, as surgical as he is, he needs to wear scrubs all week at school. This kid, I'm telling you, he's good. And the thing is, I compare him to kind of like Gunnar Block in a little bit. Sometimes you'll look at a kid's size, and you may write him off or predetermine it, but I'm telling you, he came in here, and I think Coach Dodgen said it, just the poise in the pocket as good as I've seen.
In his 11th
and
start.
Unbelievable.
First-year starter as a junior.
Unbelievable.
Well, and I mean, I've seen people not complete that percentage on air in practice, in a walkthrough. For him to do that with live bullets around him, and in the first half, Upperman was around him. They were making him uncomfortable. 2 incompletions in the first half, 1 in the second half. I mean, that's as impressive of a performance from the quarterback position that I think I've ever seen, especially passing the ball.
Obviously, the turnover is a key part to this ball game for the Bees, but then could not get enough stops in that second half against the Alcoa offense. Is Thomas Manu your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game?
I mean, he has to be. He ran away with that thing, and we said in the pregame that he would dictate how that offense went. I really thought the team who ran the ball better would win this game. I was really wrong on that one. I guess I undersold what an impact he would have orchestrating that offense.
Closing things down here in the Weichert Realtors post-game show. Thank you so much again to Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate for being the presenting sponsor of today's broadcast. A big tip of the cap to all the seniors for the Upperman Bees. Alcoa moving on. They will go on the road to Red Bank coming up next week in the quarterfinals in the 4A classification. Mentioned some of those other finals as well. White County has their season come to a close at Greenville 35-0. Stone Memorial falls to Anderson County in the 4A second round. Clay County and Gordonsville are moving on to the quarterfinals. Clay County will face South Pittsburgh coming up next week in the quarterfinals. Gordonsville going on the road to Marion County, the 2A defending champions. We will have broadcast coverage of that game coming up next week. It will be the high school football game of the week between Gordonsville and Marion County. Audio, video coverage to be determined coming up next week. We've got basketball on the way next week as well. Starting on Tuesday, 3 high school basketball games, Upperman, Cookeville, and Pickett County, all in action on Tuesday to open up the high school basketball season. Before we get there, tomorrow we've got college football. Tennessee Tech is going on the road to Kentucky. Kroger Field in Lexington. Noah will be there on 106.1 The Eagle. He'll be your sideline reporter. It is going to be a fun one for Tennessee Tech to see what they can do against an FBS and an SEC opponent coming up tomorrow. Well, make sure you tune in, and coming up just in a little bit, we'll have the Friday night end zone show. We'll talk to a couple of head coaches. We'll break down all 5 matchups from tonight, and we'll get you ready for the matchups coming up next week. Thank you so much again for tuning in tonight. Our broadcast today has been presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, and this has been the Weichert Realtors post-game show. For Jeremy Towson, Coach Dodge, and Justin Matheny, Madison McKay on camera, Noah McKay on play-by-play, I'm Jacob Vinson saying so long.